All right, what's going on, y'all? As y'all know, or majority of y'all know, I play music for the first 10 minutes. So we're gonna let some music rock, then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hey, it's no bad there.
Yo, Chief, the King stop me from rapping King. Ken ain't hot. I spit it through the wire, man. Too much stuff in my heart right now, man. I'm trying to get it all right now. It's the life or death situation, man. Y'all really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Chubb. Shot down, what's going on? Yeah. I drink a boots for breakfast and insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just dip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. Ace to the hill goes back to wizard. I think you can show my mom, give her life support. Telling her sons on life support. And just imagine how my girl feel. On the plane, scared as hell that I got look like Emmett Till. She was with me before the deal. She been trying to be mine. She a Delta, so she been throwing that down and she's not. I know you be trying to be lying. I've been trying to be signed. Trying to be a million. I used to like mine. And it's
you gotta go with something to eat. Hey, yo, man. It's taking home so long, son.
Shaggy, what's good?
Blood in my eye, dog, and I
can't what's good?
I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas trying to take my life away. I put a hole in the nigga for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. Cause now I come and take your life away. Many men. Wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Pussy niggas put money on my head. Gone. Get your refund, motherfucker. I ain't dead. I'm the diamond in the dirt that ain't been found. I'm the underground king, and I ain't been crowned. When I round, something special happen every time. I'm the greatest. Something like Ali in this prime. I walk the block with the bundles. I've been knocking the humble. Swing the ox when I rumble. Show your ass with my gun. Gotta tip a nigga, go ahead. Lose your head. Turn your back on me, get clapped and lose your legs. I walk around, gun on my waist. Chip on my shoulder, top, bust a clip in your face. Post to this beef, ain't no. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Whoa. I didn't want to play that song.
Turn that shit up, nigga. Real talk. Turn my vocals down a little bit. Real talk, let's see what that nigga.
Every time
I do what I do it for my hood, and every time I do what I do it for your hood, and every time I do what I do it for the hood, it's understood. I do it for the hood. Every time I do what I do it for my hood, and every time I do what I do it for your hood, and every time I do it for your hood,
I love him back.
It's all right, still reaching with my words and make them feel good like the first and the third. Take it back when I was 16 with a bankroll, posted on the corner like a light pole. They used to call us track stars before they even stopped.
Everybody, what's good?
Everybody on the block got the same check. Hustle
January to the end of December. Wasn't a fucking purple then. It was more like Bobby Brown. On that hen dog straight, got a nigga drinking brown. You 7-11 nigga, you know. 10 or 4, shake them up, talk shit. If I drink and let them go. Even when I'm on the road, the gangs will stay in touch. Why the fuck you think they love me so much?
Old tunes. Shout out all the old tunes that I was playing this morning. No funny. Shout out all the old tunes that I was playing this morning. Good morning, everybody, man. Welcome back to another daily Fact and Stats sports show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Facts, Miles. Shout out everybody from the South that I know. That's Chan, Justin, Miles. Yeah, y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to everyone that's from the South and side of Fact and Stats. Appreciate y'all. Obviously, we got a lot of sports talk to talk about today. Well, not really a lot. I should say some good talk to talk about today. We got a Monday Night Football recap. Packers clinched another playoff berth. Shout out to them. We also have the weekly top 15 power rankings that we're going to be doing together. Whether that's me and a couple of people or me, myself, whoever the case may be, that's what we're going to be doing. We're also going to be talking about taking one more look or second to last look in the Fact and Stats Fantasy Football League. It's the championship week. It's championship week. So we're going to see who's in the championship this week. Then immediately following that, we're going to dive into all the action around the NBA last night. Keyron on Twitch, TikTok, appreciate you, bro. Keyron on TikTok, appreciate you. So that's what's going to be looking like. As you all know, the pinned message on the YouTube comment is for you all to come to the stage. So if anybody want to come to the stage at any time throughout the show today, feel free to come to the stage. Really appreciate that. Feel free to come to the stage. So with that being said, y'all see floating on the bottom of the screen, welcome to the best show in the world. Truly feel like that, truly believe that, truly appreciate everybody that supports Facts and Stats. With that being said, for those that are in here so far, make sure you all like the video. Liking the video helps the algorithm out for the random person that's surfing on YouTube to come inside of the platform or to come across the platform, like a couple of people have told me before. And eventually come to the stage and talk, but not even just coming to the stage, just being in here and listening and chiming on the conversations, or even just sharing the live stream out. See, I just see floating on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you all like the live. On top of that, make sure you all comment as well. I read all the comments for the most part. If you have a direct question for me, you can definitely use the super chat feature for that. If you have a direct question for me, you can definitely use the super chat feature for that. And then also share it. All you gotta do is share with one person. If you share with one person, I'm pretty sure that's going to allow. Yeah, we're gonna speak on NBA games, Birdie. All you gotta do is share one person. I'm pretty sure if you share with one person, that's going to allow. They're going to want to come back. We just leave it like that. You share with one person, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to come back. That's just type of vibe that Fact and Stats give off for most people, in general. So, last but not least, also, if you are in here and you have not subscribed to the platform yet, or you watch this video back and you're not subscribed to the platform, make sure you all hit that subscribe button. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Road to 1,000 subscribers. The show is live on YouTube every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Do not forget that. Every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. The show is on YouTube. On top of the show being on YouTube, on top of liking the video, on top of potentially sharing it, there are 3 to 4 different ways you guys can extend your support for Facts and Stats. Most importantly, you can join the community as becoming a member on the YouTube side of things. We have 30 plus members so far. Greatly appreciate if you see anybody name in the chat that's green with a different color badge or whatever the case may be. That means they're members. They've been members. They got the ability to send emotes in the chat, whether that's the Fact and Stats logo, whether that's the boom joint, whether that's the Speak Your Mind joint, or whether that's a picture of me. More is on the way, so stay tuned. More is on the way, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, become a member. And also, I always just telling y'all the easiest way to become a member is on the desktop. I now made it easy for those that's on a cellular device. All you have to do is hit the description on this video, and it literally will say become a member, and you can click that link right there. And there's 3 different levels you can join. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. They all have different customized perks, and I will be editing all the customized perks literally within the next week or two as I'm continuing to figure out things for how I want Fact and Stats to proceed going into the new year. 2025 is on the way. Christmas is tomorrow. 2025 is on the way. Christmas is tomorrow. So yeah, I'm always looking to improve Fact and Stats and looking to improve the platform, period. Like I was telling you guys about super chats, if you ever have a direct question for me and you want me to feature it on the screen or whatever the case may be. Feel free to send a super chat. And then if you just want to extend your support, period, you can send a super sticker, whether that's $1, whether that's $6, whether that's $12. All of that is greatly appreciated regardless. As you see at the end of the sentence, all support is appreciated. So thank y'all for being in here so far. Next, you have the Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I post clips from the show, or I try to at least. I did one this morning about around what Miles was saying. Jeremiah Smith is the best wide receiver in the nation. I posted that to Twitter, put that into a YouTube short, posted it on TikTok. So I'll continue to do things like that and get clips from the show that I feel like is worthy, and I'll distribute them to those platforms. So people continue to see what Facts and Stats is, where the show is at, versus spaces, versus playback, etc. We on YouTube every single day, y'all. Do not forget that. Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. So feel free to check out Facts and Stats on those platforms as well. Kieran on TikTok, I appreciate you, bro. I'm also live on TikTok right now, y'all. I'm back live on TikTok every single day, hosting my show, and obviously, of course, gaming when I get my setup back right. So yeah, we almost had 1,000 likes on TikTok, y'all. Make sure y'all keep spamming that like button for me. Rich, I see you in here too. Rich, what's the word, Brody? Next, we got the Facts and Stats website. The website is factsandstats.us for anybody that does not have any Facts and Stats apparel. It's Facts and Stats. What's good, bro? Factsandstats.us for anybody that does not have any facts. Bro, she was saying, speak on the, bring up the merch, Miles. Like, bring up the merch. Y'all niggas burnt out. She was saying, bring up the merch, bro. Not merch, bro. Not bring up the merch, bro. But yeah, so yeah, check out the website. It's factsandstats.us. For anybody that wants to extend their support in that aspect. Many of you all know I mainly only wear Facts and Stats apparel. If anybody's interested in getting any Facts and Stats apparel, feel free to check out the website. Couple more things before we get started with the show today. The playback. Oh, she was using Shaggy term. My bad. That ain't no DMV shit, Miles. Don't say she want to be from the DMV. That ain't no DMV shit. Good, I appreciate that, bro. I made that thumbnail on the fly. I'm gonna try to do the show like that every day. I'm gonna try to do a different thumbnail for the show every single day. I'm glad you noticed, bro. Thank you. So yeah. Nah, Maryland people don't say that either, bro. So not where I'm from. That ain't no Maryland lingo. That ain't no Maryland. Like, nah, we don't put that on us. Merch, don't put that on us. Facts. Playback.tv/facts and stats, y'all. We are in playback every single night watching NBA games together. I fell asleep last night, bro. And I can't trust the Lakers for shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm watching that game in the first half, and I'm like, bro, are the Lakers really better than the Pistons? Like, no true. This is more so credit to the Pistons. Like, I don't even feel like the Lakers better than I don't think the Lakers are a better team than the Pistons. They on the same ballpark. They in the same ballpark. They on the same level. I was wrong. And sometimes it's okay to admit to be wrong. I bet initially last night that the Lakers were going to beat the Pistons, and I was wrong. I lost. They got swept by the Pistons, bro. First time this happened in like 8 years, I think. So I was wrong, bro. No funny. Playback.tv/facts and stats. The link is in the description on the YouTube video as well. We watch NBA games in there every single night. Make sure y'all pull up. Every single night we watch NBA games in there. Make sure y'all pull up. Can't nobody help the Lakers, bro. I agree. Not gonna lie. I agree. They ass. And shout out Byron and Byron in here. They ass. And that's real shit. I mean that. From my heart, they ass. Playback.tv/facts and stats. Y'all, if you want to watch games with me and the Facts and Stats community members, some community members, feel free to join the YouTube. Feel free to join the Playback Room. It's the app you can easily download. It's just a platform that I have a partnership with that allows me to host a show there sometimes, but more importantly, host nightly watch parties. That link is in the description on this video as well. The app is free. So we're 1,500 members in the room. So make sure you all sign up and join the Facts and Stats Playback Room. And looking forward to seeing some of y'all in there tonight. He said, as soon as I join, that's what I hear. Anybody that gamble, Facts and Stats gambling Discord is a thing too. That link should be on the page, the channel. If that channel does not work or that link don't work, DM me on one of my platforms, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, or wherever, TikTok, I'll get you the link. So yeah. We start the show the same way, same way, the same way, man. Who sold your parlay last night? I went the money line route last night, bro. Y'all know me. I'm taking a break from gambling. I don't really gamble that much, right? I be chilling. I be taking a break from gambling. I went the money line route. Like, I can cook up a little 3-4 leg. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. And the thing is, I live bet the joint too. Like, I ain't even do it before the game. I live bet the joint. Tell me why. Tell me why. I had Celtics money line, bro. Tatum wasn't. Yes, I know Tatum was out. This was a live bet, by the way, y'all. I had Celtics money line, bro. They up 10 plus points, something like that. I'm like, okay, I'm looking sweet. Everything looking cool. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about the Magic, we're going to get into this obviously later. They play hard, bro. They play hard, and they play as a team, and they play as a unit, and they don't have nobody that's selfish. I'm not. With or without Franz and Paulo. Let me get that clear. When them guys are not on the court, though, guys known to elevate and step up. Jonathan Isaac, Tristan and Silva, Jalen Suggs, KCP, Anthony Black, etc. Cole Anthony. Shout out to the mob that they got over there. I was watching this game. Celtics down 10 with 2-3 minutes left. I'm like, all right, whatever. Chalk up my parlay. Celtics storm back. They storm all the way back, bro, like on some crazy movie type stuff. They cut the lead to 1 point. I mean, they down 1 after JB getting buckets. JB getting buckets. KP had a nice bucket. I'm talking about like they get a rebound and push the ball up the court, and Al Horford, the ball gets swung to Al Horford in the corner. I can't make this shit up. The ball gets swung to Al Horford in the corner. Mind you, JB got 35 points. He's hot. He need the ball in his hands. He's the star on the court. The ball gets swung to Al Horford with like 20 seconds on the shot clock. Like, it ain't no 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They're down 1 point. The ball gets swung to Al Horford. He shoot a corner 3. Contested.
They want me to think JB at number 1. Okay, can he beat the Magic? Yep, okay.
Contested, bro. Contested corner 3-point shot, bro. I was pissed. So shout out to the Celtics, man. The last 2 times I bet they money line, they lost. The last 1 time I bet on them, they lost. I'm starting to think it's me. Like, I think it's me. No funny. I think it's me. And obviously I did the little solo bet with a Nush. Lakers Pistons. That's what happened to me. Let me read some of y'all comments real quick. Who sold y'all parlays? Hold on. Both Warriors are Lakers are bad. And sold your parlay, unfortunately. Yeah, facts. Make sure y'all vote. Y'all, fact that that's a war show. Again, I've been telling y'all all week, or really for the last week and a half. Really longer than that. December 27th was the Fact and Stats Award show. I'm stunned, bro. I hit B phone. I'm like, yo, how many votes we got on the award show? She told me 78. She told me 78 people voted, bro. I don't know if that's a little bit to y'all, but that's a lot to me. She told me 70. Power off. She told me 78 people voted. A little thumbnail I did this morning, man. Make sure if y'all see this, because obviously we talking about Jordan Love and we obviously talking about Kate Cunningham this morning. If y'all see this tweet right here, man, make sure y'all retweet this tweet, quote this tweet, like this tweet, whatever. Get more people to come in here. I literally took that picture this morning. Little cheese. I took that this morning. No funny. If y'all see this, make sure y'all retweet that. To get some more people to come inside of Facts and Stats. Here it is. We're rolling the dice and crowning the best in the Fact and Stats community. The award show is back December 27th, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Cast your vote and bet on the champs. And here's the doc connected to that. The docs connected to the tweet, or the form connected to the tweet to do that as well. So make sure you all submit your votes. You can go to the Fact and Stats page on Twitter, or you can go to B's Twitter page and get your vote in. You thought B made that thumbnail? Nah. B taught me a lot, but I do all my thumbnails by myself now. Yeah, but she helped pave the way for sure. Diego, I appreciate that. Make sure y'all appreciate the gift, bro. Make sure y'all keep liking the video on TikTok, y'all. Make sure y'all keep liking the video on TikTok. I am trying to get more people to come inside the Fact and Stats room on TikTok as well. Where the Santa hat? I don't know. I need this. I should have had a Santa hat. Need that on the thumbnail. I did do the Christmas background for the thumbnail though. You're right. But yeah, if you see this, y'all make sure y'all retweet it. Make sure y'all like it. Make sure y'all share it. All you gotta do is just literally hit copy link or share post, and you can share it to a friend. You can share it to a friend. What else? Who sold y'all? Ant sold you. Man, another two slips sold by one leg. Anthony Davis and Anthony Edwards. I think AD had like 19 points last night. I didn't fully wake up. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like I said, I passed out in that game. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, let me see if I'm gonna have to pay a nush or not. But I didn't even look at the box score. I clicked the game and they said LeBron missed game tying three. We're gonna dive into that. LeBron missed game tying three. I lied. I did click at the box score. They said LeBron had a triple double. I'm like, okay, LeBron had a triple double and he missed game tying three. What happened? All I seen was 80, 19 points. It's 5 o'clock my time in the morning. 80, 19 points. I closed my phone, bro. I closed the app out, bro. I closed my phone. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not about to be up thinking about that shit. Can't believe it. Anthony Davis and Anthony Edwards sold you last night. I think Anthony Edwards was like 6 for 20 last night or 7 for 20, bro. He putting up a lot of stinkers, and I don't think people really saying nothing about it. Like it, what they gonna bring up the spacing? The spacing was the same thing last year. Cause y'all people inside of Facts and Stats told me they wasn't defending Cat on the 3-point line for real anyway. Shout out to Heaven Sent. She said that word for word. So you can't bring up the spacing. What is it? Can't bring that up. The Packers being too good. Soldier Paula. Elaborate on that, bro. Oh, Jacob sat down. Yeah, they was using that other running back a lot last night. I watched a lot of that game. Love ain't have to do anything. Got a little change off the Packers covering though. Yeah, that spread was 14.5, and I was confident they were going to cover that. We should have won regardless what I tell them playing Facts. Jacob sold your yards last night. His yards were like 90 something though. No matter who the Magic playing, they always compete hard. Fuck that game with Detroit nigga playing for 2 fantasy chips this week. Yeah, you rich. I ain't gonna lie. You having your way. Let's get that to 100 chat. Facts. Make sure y'all submit y'all forms, y'all. Make sure y'all submit y'all forms if you ain't submit your form yet. Again, it's Fact and Stats Twitter page, or you can go to B's Twitter page. You should have just a logo, fam. What you mean by that? I love Eggnog Mouse personally. That shooter got one though. And listen, they called me crazy. They called me crazy because I said his level of play this year. But we're about to talk about the Monday Night Football. I said the level of play from the shooting guard this year, none of them separated themselves. And they made it seem like Ant just drastically separated himself. I don't know why, bro. Listen, I noticed something. When people are like just genuinely fanned out, they just be fanned out, bro. When they genuinely fanned out, they just be fanned out. And I gotta accept that. Like, I don't even gonna respond to too many things too much. I gotta accept that. It's too much fandom in that shit, bro. Niggas went from saying Ant is a top 5 player to Ant is a for sure top 10 player to now, he's just playing bad. We're gonna dive into that when we get to the NBA. Packers, man. It's brief, obviously. Packers shut out the Saints last night, 34-0. This is the first team to get shut out this whole entire season. Again, this is the first team to get shut out this whole entire season. This has been I don't even know what to say of this season for the Saints, bro. Like, they sitting at 5-10. As of right now, they got the number 10 pick in the NFL draft coming up. But it looked like they were going to have a good season. It looked like they were off to a good start to the season. Let me put it like that. A lot of their fans had high hopes. You know what I'm saying? Like, after the first couple of weeks, oh, we're doing this. We're scoring that. The offense looked like this. We looking like that. You know, and then they went on that losing streak. Granted, none of the fans like Dennis Allen, so they've been advocating for him to get fired for a while. He ended up eventually getting fired a couple of weeks ago. But now, my question to the chat really, BJ not gonna say nothing about the game. It ain't really much to say. My question to the chat really is, what's next for the Saints, bro? 5-10.
I don't know what niggas expect out that fucking team. Well, you got motherfucking niggas who you see working at Chick-fil-A fucking out there catching balls, bro. Like, what the fuck? I don't care. I actually did watch this. What do I gotta say on it? Nothing. Niggas is like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is ass.
34-0 is insane, man.
Shout out to the shout out to those cheeseheads guys, man. You know, they're all happy now and congratulations, they made the playoffs, but you know, Jordan Love's gonna get humble soon, and you know, they're not gonna be smiling too much longer.
Did y'all get in the red zone at all in this game?
Dude,
No, I'm genuinely curious.
bro. I don't think you realize, nigga, we had Goods, Tween, and fucking Mazak out there catching passes, bro. The ball wasn't
Is-
fucking moving. The ball wasn't moving,
I didn't realize no other team had gotten shut out the entire year
bro.
until last night. That's crazy.
yeah, that's
The
wild.
ball
I
wasn't
seen that
moving,
last night.
and I don't think guys realize. Don't matter how good your defense is, you're not gonna get a stop every single time. It just don't work like that. Just don't work like that.
Well,
When
look,
you go
I
to the
think
like, it doesn't work
the,
like
the
that.
the Saints. I mean, you've seen the struggles that they've kind of had in the secondary. As much as I love Honey Badger, and I'm always gonna love him, he's not the same player anymore, and that's a major piece of it too. Some of the defensive line things haven't come together as well. Second level is very iffy. I think it's been kind of up and down for Warner specifically. So it's a struggle for the Saints right now, and the offense. Like I like some of the things that Rattler did, but he's still a fifth round pick that is going to be up and down. And you saw that in some of the volatility for the turnovers too. So kind of sucks, but the Packers are, and still, in my opinion, one of the teams that can be in the Super Bowl, and they performed as such. They went out there and smacked around the Saints as they should have, and it wasn't really ever a contest from the jump. And that's just the reality of it.
You
Yeah.
know my boy Dontavian Wicks got in that end zone, man. Yes, sir, my boy. My nice UVA guy, man. Nice UVA guy.
Yeah,
Crazy
man.
thing is, Wicks
Yeah.
Wicks should have had that touchdown at the end because no y'all was gonna get that little RPO that they ran with Malik to try and convert. He would have taken that slant to the house. Y'all just tipped it at the line of scrimmage.
What do you feel like is next for the Saints, if anything, man? I know it's hard to talk about a team like that. What do you
What do
feel
you
like is
mean?
next?
What did you mean? It's not hard to talk about at
Hey,
all.
it depends if they want to do the smart thing as an organization that they should have done, probably 3 years ago. They got to completely tear it down and retool it. And honestly, you could get away with if you because Derek Carr, if he's cut at the end of the year, whatever that situation is, if you go into it, because I don't think they should draft a quarterback. This is the situation to put him in there. But if you go into next year with Rattler as your quarterback and get whatever cheap veteran you want to, that's fine. But there needs to be a systematic rebuilding of this entire roster. And that means that you have to accept not only being bad, obviously, this year, being bad next year, and maybe the year after, but you're just going to have to be a significant investment in getting young guys in here and getting them as much play time as possible. You got to commit to that, but they haven't wanted to do that organizationally. And until they do that, it's going to be a lot of these. Hey, you might get 7 wins in a year, you might get 8, you might get 9 if you get lucky, but you're most likely going to be a 5 or 6 win team most of these times because you don't have a foundation of a football team. But
Yeah.
obviously, the coach is going to be the major thing. Whoever their next coach is going to be a competent guy. Da is not. He's not a coach material.
Bro, all that tear it down and rebuild bullshit, all that shit is bullshit. That's what that is. And I don't know what niggas really think a rebuild is. Them niggas are not rebuilding. Why niggas said rebuild when you just fucking re-sign Kamara, bro? For all of that, trade him. Trade Olave.
I agree.
Tr-
They should have.
Take
I don't
all
know
that
why they
shit
did that.
and trade it. Real life, start from zero. It's just like the Raiders. It's so funny. We actually play them niggas. The Raiders. They should trade Max Crosby if they want to start from fucking zero. Starting from
I think the
zero
Raiders.
meaning you have nothing. You have nothing.
I
We
think the
actually got
Raiders.
something, and it's actually dumb. It's actually dumb,
What is it? Something that you think you have though?
bro. D Mac. Okay. D Mac. First of all, we drafted a nice tackle in this past
Yeah,
draft.
Fulaga. Yeah.
Yes. Why the fuck would we trade Olave? Why the fuck would we trade Shaheed? Why the fuck would we trade Kamar if you just fucking signed him? And
I
fucking
don't think you
Olave's
should.
contract is
I
coming up.
don't should trade either of the wide receivers. I think honestly, you can trade Kamara if somebody was going to give you a day 2 pick for him. But I understand why they chose not to and decided to extend him. It is what it is. I don't think you're getting like a first round pick for him, so I understand keeping him. But you need to rebuild these trenches on both sides of the ball. And I thought the Fuaga pick was actually a very nice, a competent organizational pick from that standpoint. I liked it. The issue is just the Saints are 2 years late on trading assets that would have been valuable enough to kickstart a rebuild. So now they have to do the rebuild without that kickstart to begin with extra draft capital gotten from veterans from that standpoint. And I think that that's kind of the tough part. I think the Raiders kind of accepted that with Devontae Adams to an extent. And from that standpoint, I think that's going to help their rebuild. That they're going to obviously it seems like add a quarterback too. But for now, I don't think that this is a situation that the Saints should drop a quarterback in. You guys should just continue to be bad, draft highly, and try to rebuild the foundation of the football team. You got to have another 2017-ish type of draft that gives you in a position with young talent that then you can add the quarterback to, even though obviously you had Breeze in before, but then you feel comfortable being able to move forward from that standpoint. I don't know if your organization is going to do it, BJ, to your point, because that's not the mentality that you guys have ever shown. I don't know if you're going to. But that would be the thing that I would do. That's the question.
Me personally, bro, I'm going all motherfucking defense. I'm going all motherfucking defense. That's what bro. The offensive line, I ain't really, you know what I mean? Offensive line, cool. I ain't really mad at them. Bro, it's the fucking defense, bro. Niggas don't get no pressure, bro. Niggas get pressure, but guess what? They don't ever bring the fucking quarterback down. Fucking Jaden Daniels, bro. Niggas probably ain't watched that. I know nobody watched that game. Bro, we got all the pressure in the world on Jaden Daniels, bro. But guess what? Nothing to fucking show for it. But just him running out the pocket, extending plays, and cooking our ass. You just gotta have guys that hit home, bro. That's it. So me, if I'm in the front office, I'm selling my soul, and we going to get either A, Mason Graham, or B, Abdul motherfucking Carter. If I don't walk away with none of them, I lost. It's that simple. I lost. It's that simple. That's who I would go get. And then you go look and go try to find, go see who's there. Try to find another decent DB and a decent linebacker, and call it a day. Grab somebody in free agency. It's a nice group of receivers. You can add another receiver. So that's about it. It is what it is. But if I had to find a coach, oh yeah, Joe Brady. I give you 20 M's a year. Go help us be great. Thank you. That's it. And I'm hanging up the phone.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. As far as the Packers side of things, this is the 5th time they made the playoffs or clinched the playoffs under Matt in the last 6 seasons. To be able to shift so effortlessly from A-Rod to Jordan Love. He did what he did for them last year, losing a divisional round. And really a game they probably could have won, to be honest with you, if he didn't try to make a heroic play. But either way, here or there, a great season. And they're on their way to another great season again. They're 11-4 right now. And we'll see how the rest of their playoffs go this time around. I like all the weapons offensively. How many games did Jair didn't play last night? But how many games did he even play this season at all? Let me check.
Shit, probably.
I feel like he ain't really play a lot this year.
It feels like
a low
3 or
single
4.
digit,
He
probably
has
like
not
6.
played much, and it's been kind of weird because he was a full participant this week in practice. I don't know if it's a precautionary type of thing. So, but I do think that if they can get him back,
I like the 6.
That'd be kind of big. So 7.
Yeah.
So
how many games did he play? 7.
7. Yeah.
Close enough. It seemed like he always at practice but never play.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, shout out to the Packers. First team to shut out a team this season. Clinched the playoffs again, 5th time in the last 6 seasons. And yeah, man, I mean, curious to see where they fall on the rankings. They're a good football team. And yeah, they took care of business last night. Pretty convincingly, pretty easy, pretty simple. I don't think anybody else have any other comments on this game. So we'll go ahead and take it to, I'm going to look at their rankings after we finish ours. We're going to go ahead and take it to, instead of the power rankings, I'm going to do a quick dive into the matchup For the playoffs, once I did not make it, it was crazy. It was gonna be some crazy scenarios, bro. It all I could do was think about it, bro. Like all I could do is think about what could have happened because I would have made the playoffs. I would be in the championship game right now. But here nor there, bro. Once I didn't make it, it came up to being Low versus Jordan. I think those were the next two best teams, in my opinion. And if you want to say, if one of them want to say they had the best team, feel free. I definitely think I was top three in that aspect. This past week, they both just played. Jordan Woods played Process. Jordan Woods played Process. Well around the team, bro. Not really much to say. Honestly, his team was just well built. Josh out of that quarterback, bad week, but he still had A-Chain, Jahmyr Gibbs, Puka, BTJ, and Drake to do what they needed to do. Also, Travis Kelce sitting there as well. And then this would be his lineup. So I don't really need to look at the bench. The bench is well, probably it would be his lineup. If you're going to do something different, I don't know, but
Would you
McMillan
like?
I don't know. I don't know no matchup.
McMillan might get that start, bro. I don't know, man.
Jordan,
You said
we like BCJ still rocking with him in the lineup.
BTJ not going nowhere. It's London and McMillan. That's the call. That's the call of the week.
I know, bro. I'm thinking it's
who
so
the Falcons play?
crazy, bro.
Who do they play?
Washington. You can't take him. You can't bench him on Washington.
Yeah, I know, bro. That's the thing. Penix second game. You probably right, but damn.
McMillan got the Panthers.
Like I'm realizing thinking about the balling right now.
That's what I'm saying. He balling. I feel like but it's probably because of the Commanders. I'm probably gonna keep Drake in there, but I almost took him out last week, and it would have been the right call. It wouldn't really matter, but I almost took him, swapped him last week. I tweeted out. I was like, I'm really debating starting McMillan for Drake.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Marshawn he went out with that hamstring, so that might linger again. That makes it even better for Drake. So that's something to monitor.
That nigga hamstring is fucking gone.
Yeah, he beat Process by 32 points though. Process had these running back duo all year. It carried him as far as it could, but ultimately the wide receivers I feel like came back and bit him in the ass. Jerry Jeudy had 4. Granted, this was his worst week in like the last 3-4 weeks. Jacoby Myers had 6. Devontae Smith had 11.
I don't know why he started Jerry Jeudy with fucking DTR, bro.
Yeah, that was the issue, 1,000%. On top of that, I mean, definitely could have went Thielen or down, still would have lost regardless. It's tough, man. Good season for Process. What all I can say. You made it far, but you went up against a better team.
Scroll back down. Deontay Johnson, man, oh man.
People have to stop. People have to stop trying to like. He was so. You know what his thing was? He was so high on Brock Purdy. Like I'm going to get one of the best fantasy quarterbacks at the end of the draft, and then you do this trade with Deontay, Saquon, Rico. Good trade, I guess. Good move. Good trade. I'm keeping Gibbs regardless though. Like I'm not. That's the fandom in me though. Like I just like Jahmyr Gibbs.
I mean, end of the season. Look how it worked out last week.
But the same thing. Lions. He always catches on or picks up later on in the season. Granted, David got hurt, so that sort of kind of clears some leeway. But still, Bijan and Saquon, you can't go wrong with that pairing. I just feel like he needed to do something else to get him an elite quarterback or elite wide receiver. He had Devontae Adams. I don't know what he did with that trade with Shaggy.
He traded him for Josh Downs.
I gave him Tay Adams, and I tried to give him JD.
He traded Josh Downs for Tay.
You tried to give him JD. He turned that down.
I tried to give him JD5, and I wasn't asking for anything crazy. I think I was asking for a receiver and one of his backup backs at the time. It was a start receiver and a backup back. And he could have afforded to mortgage it because like he was so weak at quarterback and he was strong in other areas that it was like, all right, boom.
Yep.
Nigga didn't take the trade. I just
can't. Shout out Stafford. 6 points. I was really pacing back and forth and like at the bar, like, and then we kind of pulled away at the end, but this was close like all day for the most part. Like
another strong week by Joe Icy.
So
nigga told me Jordan. Nigga told me in like week fucking 2, fucking Kyler Murray, fucking better fantasy quarterback, fucking dummy.
Oh, that Kyler shit is hilarious.
The college shit is hilarious.
But shout out to Jordan, advanced to the championship, and then Lowe, my goodness, just put up 208 points
A
against
belt.
Um, World team. His team is ridiculous, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Lamar, Josh Jacobs, Hubbard, Terry, who've been going on a scoring spree, just Jettas, George Kittle, Jonathan Taylor. My goodness, I mean,
Tough team.
this is go. He got a tough team, bro. He got a tough team. He put up 208 on Op to advance to the championship as well. Op, he started Justin Herbert, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris. His issues for me always was his running backs. He just never took care of that RB2, in my opinion. With Najee Harris, did have three really good wide receivers to me with Jamar Chase. Obviously, Wilson didn't have the year that many expected. And also and DK Metcalf as well. And then Trevor Brad's been a good fantasy tight end. So yeah, man, Op didn't make I don't think he made a trade all year, or probably one trade. I don't know. I don't think he made a trade all year. And he definitely could have got better at the running back department. He did try to get JD, but ultimately he started Herbert anyway, so it don't really matter. Now we're gonna have Lowe versus Jordan Woods in the championship. Couldn't be better, in my opinion. Both of these guys are projected to put up 140 plus points. So obviously they loaded, in that department. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen, Jacobs versus Gibbs, Jetta versus Puka, etc. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. I think we gotta wait till Monday night to see who wins.
Yeah, let somebody pull away or some shit. But
yeah,
most likely, if it go how I think it will,
It's so crazy.
it's gonna be close, bro.
I need y'all heavy hitters to just go off, bro.
I need to see a fireworks show. I need to see 180, 170. I need to see 200 to 199.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if James Conner gonna play Saturday, bro. But it's like, damn. I need him, but I still need the fireworks from BTJ, Chad, Taylor. Damn, I'm trying to win this shit.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. I got this one. I got Swiper League. I don't know. My team in Swiper League just kind of woke up at the end. That team was mid all year. We put up 180 last week. So I don't know who I think I faced Top Show for some shit. The dude that drafted on the wide receivers. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get both of these done, bro. At least one would be nice.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Good luck to you and Low. I know Low not in here right now. Good luck to both of y'all. Thank y'all for competing. You joined the league your first year. You made the championship. So shout out to both of y'all for competing inside of the league this season. To be honest, we're gonna go ahead and I think that's it. In the chat, if y'all can see, who are y'all predicting winning this matchup right here? Drop your predictions real quick. How about that? Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jacobs, A-Chain, Hubert, Gibbs, Puka, Terry, Jettas, Drake, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Jonathan Taylor, BTJ. My goodness. Now, obviously, defenses may shuffle, but who are y'all predicting to win that matchup right here if y'all can see the screen?
I would be so confident if I knew what Travis Kelce was gonna give me. He's been mid since I got him. I know he can. I didn't get him to be consistent. I got him because I know he could. It just take 1 week for real to pop off and I can win you a chip or win you a playoff game. But this got to be the week, bro. I can't. 7, 8 points not gonna get it done this week. That's the guy.
I don't know what the nigga's gonna do either. I mean, we got so many options at this point. It could be anybody.
He missed the Xavier. To be fair, Worthy messed up the touchdown he was supposed to have this week.
Yeah, I think Worthy ran back in on that scramble drill and then tried to get it, which also would have brought the defender behind him also into it. So yeah, that could have been a touchdown to
if that would have cost me, I would have been pissed. Oh my god.
Which is unfortunate. Kelsey's sitting one touchdown away from setting the record for most.
D-Mac, you know who's been wasting their hard.
D-Mac,
you know who's been wasting their hard-earned dollars for 3 weeks, and guess what? I'm a waste of the point.
I got Mahomes and Swiper League. I got Kelsey in this league, bro. Tell Mahomes and Kelsey to go off.
Man, we got 3 good wide receivers, man. We got running backs to run the ball, dog. We got tight ends. It is what it is.
He can give me. He can give me 2 catches, 24 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
We'll see. We'll try and get him in the box, I'm sure.
Who you think, Wendy Mac?
Between these two teams, man, I'm
winner take all. They doing winner take all.
There's some good running back matchups. Obviously, we know what the quarterbacks are. I assume Josh will be fine versus the Jets. He generally knows how to play against them. Lund's a little concerning, I guess, with the volatility of Michael Penix. I like Terry and Jettis more. I think I like
So do
Philly
I.
too. So
Nice.
I'm leaning towards the Lamar Jackson side team with this one personally.
I think it's more
And
favorable
Taylor,
matchup on that
I don't
side.
know. We'll see. Obviously, we'll see how much the Colts want to run Jonathan Taylor, but I assume he's going to go off against the Giants again. And Brian Thomas Jr. obviously
Well,
can kill the
why when
Titans
they
too.
want to? You saying? I mean,
Well, I'm saying like if
they season.
they get out to a big lead, don't need to run them too much, which obviously they did versus the Titans, and the Titans came back. So
Who
maybe.
Baltimore
Hell
play?
no, go ahead, run for 3
We
tugs.
got the Texans tomorrow.
I'm going with the guy with
Okay, that
the.
could be okay. That could be a little. His ceiling could be a little lower in that game. I'll say that. Lamar, he could still have a good game, but I don't see him putting up 35 on that defense. Nothing like that.
Nah, yeah. As long as both quarterbacks give y'all 15 plus, y'all will be okay. Y'all don't win nobody. Nobody had no 12 or no random stinker or nothing like that. But yeah, man, good luck to both of you all. We're going to see who wins or who will be the winner next week Tuesday. Really Monday night next week Tuesday. And yeah, I can't wait to see. With that being said, we're going to take it into the weekly top 15 power rankings. If you want to be a part of the power rankings, y'all don't forget you can come to the stage. It is the pinned comment in the chat. Immediately following this, we're gonna be jumping into NBA talks, NBA games from yesterday, NBA everything NBA games, NBA talks, etc. And then that'll probably allow me to be able to make some last minute or some quick little Christmas runs. Happy Christmas Eve to everybody that's in here also as well. Make sure y'all enjoy y'all family time tomorrow and tonight or whatever y'all do from a family tradition standpoint. Don't forget to like the video. If you are not a member, do not be afraid to become a member. Y'all extend your support for Facts and Stats. Greatly appreciated. Also, check out the website for any Facts and Stats apparels, factandstats.us. To become a member, it is the link in the description. To become a member, it is the link in the description. Do not forget that. Let me try to pull up these power rankings. Give me 1 second. And I also got I also got to transfer it over. I think I already transferred it over. So this will be week 16. So I think this is already what we did the last time, if I'm not mistaken. Last time we did this, we had the Lions, Eagles, and Chiefs at the top 3. After that, we had the Vikings, Bills, and Steelers as the top 6. And then we had the Packers, Ravens, Broncos, Seahawks round out the top 10. Then the last 5 teams that we had were Chargers, Commanders, Texans, Buccaneers, Rams. So I am curious to see how it falls around this time. If I had to, the last couple of weeks, they have not been. You said that's wrong. What you mean that's wrong? Jordan Woods, that's wrong. I mean Wilson. Hold on. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Because I think last time Ari did this, and I don't think I copied it to my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what he's. Yeah. Okay. All right, my bad. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Jordan Wilson. Eagles.
Lions was 3, I know.
Bills. Yeah. Lions.
Chiefs, I think.
4. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good luck, Jordan Wilson. I had a feeling I was reading off the wrong one, to be honest with you. All right. 4 Chiefs, 5 Vikings. Six Packers. Jordan Wilson was good, bro.
What's up?
Yeah, man. Nah, man, just chilling, relaxing. Ready for this Christmas football game tomorrow.
Yep.
So blessing to watch my team on football. I mean, on Christmas back-to-back year. Dang, I forgot, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I forgot all about NBA Christmas, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think with the Seahawks 10 and the Bucks 11.
The NFL kind of tried to make it that way.
Yeah, they're definitely going to take over that. I'm not going to lie to you. Seahawks. No, the
Yo,
Seahawks
what's
go to
the
14.
word?
What's good, bro?
The Seahawks fell. Okay. Oh, the
What's
Seahawks fell.
shaking? What's
That's right.
shaking? Are we on the rankings?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
y'all
just
got
wishing.
Eagles at one now. Eagles, Bills,
Nah, this was
Lions.
last week. This was last week. I was just wishing you and Jordan Wilson good luck, bro. Fantasy football
You mean
championship,
Jordan
man.
Woods?
Woods, my bad. Yeah,
Wait, the
man,
week
good luck.
start today?
Nah, tomorrow.
I mean tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, it do start tomorrow. Oh shit, that's right. It do start tomorrow. Playing on Wednesdays. Playing on Wednesday is insane.
Them lineups.
It is insane. They should have said.
Yeah, but I'm glad we get some early returns to see what Lamar gonna do.
I ain't gonna hold you. That's not like crazy. That means that this week about to go like this shit about to feel long as fuck, bro.
That is low key kind of
Pause.
an advantage for you, Jordan. I don't know how it may change your lineup, but if Lamar go crazy or doesn't go crazy, then
Oh yeah, no, it definitely. If it's on the margin,
Look,
if he
I
underperform or something, I might do a floor
I got
play versus a
Jetta.
ceiling
You
play
see
or
my
something.
team in that league, bro. I got Jettas and JT, bro. We
Nah, I
need it,
can't have
bro.
either one of them going off, bro.
Aren't we in a league?
I saw that in the
Yeah,
chat.
it was B's last minute league. We're in the
Yo, what's
championship.
that?
What the hell was that?
It's like static or something.
That sound like a I forgot what it's called. Burn moment. Make sure y'all liking the video, by the way. Y'all, the video only has 9 likes. I know we have a small crowd in here today as well at the moment, but at least make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all like the video. Immediately following this, we're gonna dive into the NBA action from last night and things just around the NBA period. That'll pretty much be the show today. While I have to make some runs, but here nor there. Last week we did this. Eagles, Bills, Lions were the top 3. Chiefs, Vikings, Packers were the top 6. Steelers, Ravens, Broncos, Buccaneers rounded out the top 10. And then we closed it out with the Rams, Texans, Commanders, Seahawks, and Chargers. So now today, we know the Eagles are coming off of a loss. We know the Lions, I believe, the Lions won. Bills won. Chiefs won.
Everybody in the top 6 won except Philly.
Bills, Lions, Eagles, Chiefs.
How much do you want to drop Philly because they lost their quarterback?
They were up 2 scores without him. The defense is
Nigga,
supposed
what?
to be
They
the best
didn't
in the
lose their
league.
quarterback.
No, exactly. I'm saying they were up to. You said they were up 2 scores, and then he went down, and then
I've been hearing about this vaunted defense all year. I'm not gonna lie.
You're a generational defense. Stop them from scoring.
I have no issue with. I have no issue with if you think that the Eagles should drop below, but we're the only team that actually beat a playoff team this week out of that top 3. I don't know why we would be still behind Philly.
Oh, I mean, I'm cool with that too. To be honest.
Yeah, I personally would put the Chiefs ahead of Philly. Personally,
you the Eagles at 4, basically.
That's why I'll round them out too. Well, but some may even consider the. Man, that's tough. Because I can't put the Vikings.
God squad.
The Vikings is gas. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, not the Vikings.
I have to lead the Eagles over the Vikings personally. Who won that Bills and Lions game again? The Bills, right?
Yeah, Bills.
Yeah. So the Bills beat the Lions and Chiefs. My goodness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I personally, for me, I'll put the Bills at 1. Anybody got disagree?
No, that's fine. I agree with that.
All right, that made that easy. 2. Did the Lions and Chiefs play this year?
Bills won a close game against the Patriots. They get the one.
Bills win.
Can I ask?
Barely win against the Patriots, and they get number 1 because they beat.
They were number 2.
They were last week.
They beat the team that we're probably going to put 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So the Bills jumped up ahead. So after the Bills lost, they were behind us or still ahead of us?
What week did they lose?
They were behind y'all.
They were behind y'all.
And then they jumped ahead of y'all.
So they jumped because of the Lions win.
And then they beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lions one gave him. I don't think it should have gave him a big bump.
But then again, I thought
they have head-to-heads over they have head-to-heads over the 2 of the top 4 teams in the league, bro.
Yeah, I can't ignore that, bro. Like that's
No, that's fair. I just
What's your pushback? What's your pushback for
I
it though,
couldn't
Wes?
remember the consequence, the circumstances of it,
Oh yeah.
or the sequence of it. That's
The
what
way
I
they
said.
play.
So who would you say is the number one team this week, or as of right now?
Lions.
Oh, yeah, I
It
can't do
is
it.
tough to make the argument because the Lions and Chiefs both lost to the Bills recently, so
Yeah, that's why I
that
can't
is
do
a
it.
tough thing to make
That's
the
why I
argument
can't
for.
do it.
Yeah, I can't. They played 9 days ago. I can't do it.
And to me, if it's that close, I'm gonna go with the head to head, and then I think putting the two teams on the field, I think we could beat them. But that is stylistically,
And I
Josh
tell you,
Allen is
we're a
Josh
much
Allen.
different team than we were the last time we saw the Bills too. But it's difficult to make the argument
Oh
right now.
shit!
So basically, niggas saying that y'all jazzing these Bills up. Okay.
I mean, that could be true, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, those are supposed to be quote unquote losses for both those two teams, and they beat them both. So, I mean, you know.
Well, I did have us losing to the Bills coming into the season, but I did think the Lions were going to win that game.
So, I think they're. I mean, I will say number two.
Wait, I
mean,
see the Eagles. The Eagles are number one last week. So y'all dropping them because they starting QB got hurt.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's because the defense gave up so much yards and so many points.
The thing I don't like about that is if they would have went and won without that quarterback. I mean, if that game would have continued how it was going to, we would have been giving them all this credit. Like, we think that they're a complete team that should have. I don't think anybody really expected them to lose that game when they went up how they went up. So I'm not gonna.
But they also was up like they also was up like 27-14 in the fourth quarter alone. Like,
yeah,
we saw the Eagles beat the Packers, right? We haven't seen them play the Vikings.
Starting quarterback matters, bro. I don't.
But they were up.
It doesn't matter, bro.
I agree. How important their quarterback was, though.
Again, they had 5 turnovers. Their defense created 5 turnovers, and they could not capitalize as an offense because Jalen Hurts was not on the field. That context also matters, not just the fact that they were up by multiple scores. Like that's how you. That's a part of it.
For as good as he is,
to be fair, I still think that the offense didn't necessarily leave the defense out there to dry because they were able to move the ball. They were able to get some field goals. But that being said, to me, this comes down to whichever way you want to see it. Either that game is a loss simply because you lost Jalen Hurts, or you do think that there are some holes in the Eagles that will drop them down, even in the context of that, the loss of Jalen Hurts. To me, if you're going to drop the Eagles, then they have to go all the way down to 5. I think that if you want to use the week one head-to-head, even ahead the Packers, fine. But I do think that you have to reward the Vikings for going on the road and playing a middle-of-the-pack team and being able to win that game too, and the way that they've played the entirety of the year. But if not, then I don't know if you can find the argument to not drop them any further. Like, do they just stay at 1 then? They just got to be frozen.
That's what it sounds like, bro. No, keep them at 1. Yeah.
I think they have to be 1 or 5, depending on how you feel about the context of that performance because of the quarterback. I think that's what it comes down to.
Well, I will say this because I said this yesterday. I thought the Chiefs played their best game in like a long time. So like you did kind of see signs where the Chiefs were. They actually look like a much better. See, I don't know, like the two. I mean.
So the Eagles. So we talk about the Eagles. We talk about the Eagles roster being.
I don't think it's
this.
So here's the thing. I don't think it's for real. I don't think it's 1 or 5. Like I think 5 is kind of a crazy drop.
Talk about this being the best roster by far in the NFL. Granted, of course, you lose your quarterback. That's a big deal. But if you're up 2 scores with that kind of roster and you don't close the game, I think you should be penalized for that. I'm sorry. I don't think that's.
But the defense still played. Well, you can't act like they
I will say
they couldn't close the game out because their offense couldn't do anything. And when you lose your starting quarterback, you got to put Kenny Pickett in the game. Sometimes that's what happens.
Yeah, and I'm not saying drop them to 6.
You can stack the box. Everybody's expecting you to hand the ball off to 6.
I'm not saying drop them to. I'm not saying drop them to 6. I'm just saying they probably shouldn't still be 1. And I think that's okay.
Okay,
I understand that too, but dropping them to 6 is crazy. Yeah.
So then,
For
but
five,
I said
yeah,
5. I said
yeah.
5
I
personally.
don't, I don't
So
agree with D-Mac's logic per se, but I mean, I see where he's coming from though. But I wouldn't do that. I
I'm
personally had him
so
at
then,
3.
but
I think.
my thing for me is I don't know what the Bills and Lions did this week to specifically say they deserve to jump the Eagles. If we agree that the Chiefs didn't do this week, is my thing, or the Vikings for that matter.
Okay,
The Chiefs or Vikings.
so I would say that. I mean, I would say it'd be more of
D-Mac, who do you wait, hold on, D-Mac, who do you think been the best team in the AFC this year, D-Mac?
I mean us.
Huh?
Okay, let me ask you.
They're
Who do you
14-1.
think?
Okay, ask a different question.
Who do you think looked the best? Who do you think looked like the best team in the AFC this year? Like looked like. I understand winning by crazy field goals or penalties towards it. Who do you think looked like the best team in the AFC this season to you?
I mean, it looked like the best team. Yeah, I think we look like a more complete team than the Bills.
That's not crazy to say. I mean, well, I
But
guess especially
we're getting into something. I don't want to make this about the Chiefs because I'm not. I promise I'm trying not to make this about the Chiefs. But the reason that I'm including the Vikings is I think it's important context for this. I don't know what the Lions. I don't know what the Lions and Bills did this week. Lions handled business versus a bad team. I'm not saying like they did anything bad from that standpoint. Bills, obviously, close divisional game at home is what it is. Should happen sometime.
But did the Lions and Bills? My response. I'm gonna leave the Bills out of it real quick. I'm gonna go to the Lions because they're on their side of the conference. Did the Lions have to do anything drastic to make them above the Eagles when they've been on par with each other this whole entire season?
But that's my thing. If your argument is the Eagles should drop, and we should say that the things that you saw in that game were concerning enough to drop them, even with the quarterback injury, then I don't know what the Lions and Bills did to earn their ability to move up that the Chiefs and Vikings didn't. Because the Chiefs and Vikings both run harder games than the Bills and Lions did this week.
1000% agree. 1000%. It's ridiculous what we're doing in here when it comes to the Vikings specifically. I don't really care about the Chiefs. They can get their just due though. But the Vikings, it's insane for anybody up here to be like, hey, the Eagles drop and they drop below the Bills and the Lions, but the Vikings, nah, they can't drop below the Vikings. Like that's so crazy. I mean, it makes no sense.
So
Especially after this week.
So it's
And the
basically y'all saying keep them at 1 or drop them to 5.
That's another quality win.
So
I mean,
that's
cool.
another
I'm not.
quality win.
No. So because
And
Yeah,
real quick,
and Woods
real
isn't
quick,
arguing
Jordan.
against it. Woods isn't arguing against it.
Real quick,
Thomas,
Jordan. Just real quick. These scoring drives by Washington, it weren't like they was just getting short fields either in that football game. Like it wasn't like they were just.
Them niggas marched down the whole field.
Yeah, the last drive they got walked down, like literally walked down.
No, the last 3. The last 3 drives they got walked down. Like what are we doing? They got walked down the last 3 drives. 87, 61, 50. It's 57 yards, 87 yards, and 61 yards. Those are the drives.
What
81, 76, and 60
because
something.
I will say
81, 87, 57, 61. Those are the last 3 touchdown drives by Washington.
Damn, especially
and
the last 3 times they had the ball, they scored 3 straight touchdowns.
No, they had a touchdown, interception, touchdown. So they had 3 touchdowns and an interception.
Oh yeah, that dumb interception. Okay.
Yeah.
It's tricky because like their offense and their ability to control the ball, control the clock and stuff kind of does help their defense. Like take the Pittsburgh game where they literally had the ball for the last 10 something minutes of the game. Like so that kind of there's obviously that factor that the offense does help, but I mean, for as good as the defense was and had been playing, I mean, that was probably their worst performance probably since the bye week. So I mean, to me at this point, you kind of just have to look at.
Hey, bro, that loss is better than the fucking Bills win, bro. I'm sorry, bro. The Bills.
No. That's fine. So are you?
That's fine for y'all.
Are you in agreement with keeping the Eagles at 1?
I don't care if they're 1 or not. If they drop to 5, they drop to 5. I'm saying they should not. The notion that hey, we're gonna penalize the Eagles, but we're not gonna penalize them to fall behind the Vikings is just a bad note because it's the same thing that has been consistent in here all year, where as soon as the Vikings lost, everybody was off them. So when the Vikings were undefeated, it was like, we have to respect them. And as soon as they lost, it was like, all right, we can finally get these niggas out of here. They're not that. And the Vikings have only, like, I think they've won, like, what, 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row?
Nah, that's facts.
Like,
they
they
won.
haven't lost in
Vikings
a
ain't
hell
really
of a
got no
long
respect
time.
in here, bro. Facts.
Hell of a long time. And they've also looked impressive at times while doing it and had some unimpressive wins as well. I'm not saying they're Teflon, but I think they've won at least like 7 games in a row. And they just beat a quality opponent on the road.
I think this is the best week to
Hell,
make the
had to come back
argument.
in the fourth quarter and take the lead.
I think this is the best week to make the Vikings argument because the previous wins, that stretch, it was granted it was however many in a row. They weren't beating nobody for real. I think this is the best week to make the argument, and I'm not necessarily gonna push back to it.
So y'all want to vote, or y'all we can vote, or we can still. It don't really matter.
Damn, this is so tough. The Eagles. I'm not. See, I'd rather because if it comes down to one or dropping them down 4 or 5 spots or whatever, then you keep them at 1 because there's no way you're telling me that like Philly, fully functional on the field, there's 5 teams better. Like to me, that's insane to say. Like I
Not
think
what the power
it'd be
rankings
4
are saying.
teams in that case.
Well, no, you'd be putting them at 6 because
No,
it'd
the
be
Packers would.
they won, right?
They
So you'd be
win.
dropping
They
them
beat
from
the
1.
Packers, even though it's week 1. So you would still have an argument
No,
for
no,
picking the Eagles over the Packers.
Oh, okay. The Eagles would be 5. Okay, so it'd be dropping them from 1 to 5. Okay, I see what you're saying. But even still, like, are the Vikings better than the Eagles?
I mean, these teams also have either 12 or more wins, right? That they would be behind.
But the Vikings aren't better than the Eagles, bro. But that's the point. That's the argument we making. Are we going to penalize the Eagles and put them under teams that we know aren't better than them?
All right.
You got to put them at 5.
It happens in power rankings all the time, though. The thing about it is here, if you're going to say that the Jalen Hurts injury is massive enough, which you can make. Wait, hold on a second. If you're going to say that injury is massive enough, and you can make the argument because he is a quarterback, he's a good quarterback, he's important to this team. That 40% of the roster size injuries, that would just carry it, and you would say, hey, they got to be frozen at number 1. You just have to because they perform well the entirety of the year. We know they have the win-loss record. You can project them forward. Everything else there falls into place. You just say freeze them at 1 and move on.
And they was on pace to go up 21-0, 21 donuts before he got hurt.
So because I'm fine with that logic. Because to me, the way I look at it is offense, take that out because their quarterback was out. Looking at what we saw from the defense, is that something that's could be a concern moving forward? And to me, you would just be like, all right, let's look at their entire season evaluation.
5 turnovers is a concern moving forward.
I would say the probably the 20-something points in the fourth quarter and the 30-something that they gave up might be a concern.
But, I understand that, but that's still that's 3 drives though, gang. Like, and in the midst of that, there was still another turnover. They had a pick in the midst of that. Like, and 2 of those drives, I think Jordan said it was. One was a 50-yard drive, one was a 60-yard drive.
The math.
Bro, you're bringing up. Y'all keep bringing up 5 turnovers, but not bringing up how Jaden Daniels had 5.
And the math just don't math to how we've been talking about the defense all year, bro. There's nothing you can say to refute that.
Here's the
thing, math don't math, bro.
That
for the fourth quarter.
That unit,
but they had a bad game, bro. They would have won that game if Jalen Hurts not got injured.
No, we get that.
They played a good offense.
But the offense couldn't even stay on the field.
Titans do that to them. They let Jaden Daniels, who's going to be rookie of the year in a Washington offense that has been good throughout this season, do that to him. I'm not saying it's like we can just excuse it, but I also don't want to gas it to the point where it's like, oh, their defense was so bad that they can no longer be one, and we have to look at them in a different light and add like different context.
No one said look at them in a different light. No one said look at them in a different light. Penalize them for not performing how they have performed, like we do every other, like we do other teams. Penalize the most talented defense for not performing like it.
Everybody up here is against penalizing the Bills because
they won. What
the again? Are you talking performance or fucking wins and losses?
But no. So here's the thing. I wouldn't be
both matter.
So here's the thing.
I don't
I
know.
don't.
Quick question.
I don't
And
strictly.
wait, hold on.
Especially
I'm
when you,
gonna say this
especially
so
when
you
you
can
have
keep on
2
speaking.
wins over the 2 of the other top
Yeah,
3
I was
teams.
about to say.
Like,
So because here's the thing. It's not just a week to week thing. Like that matters, but it's not just a let me just who had the best performance of the week, rank them accordingly. It's okay, sure, this week matters, but what have you done? Like, what's your body of work, especially your body of work lately? And the thing is, like, again, 2 of these teams that were probably going to rank in the top 3, top 4, Buffalo beat them on the field. And like that kind of has to, like, to me, that has to matter because Buffalo's won 9 out of their last 10 games, including beating 2 of these. So like 2 of these teams have not, like the Chiefs is literally the Bills loss is what's keeping them from a perfect season right now. The Bills are the only team to beat Detroit since Detroit lost in week 2. These 2 teams have combined for 0 losses since week 2, except to Buffalo. Like, to me, that has to matter.
and boy, oh boy, I would just like to know how many people thought
Yeah.
Philly was going to lose that lead when they did. So now when
We don't have
they
any.
lose the lead, they don't get penalized for it. But I can almost guarantee you, most people did not expect them to lose that lead like they did in that fourth quarter, and that defense to do what it did in that fourth quarter.
Like
we don't have any precedent to drop the
That's a
Bills
good-
because we
that's a
didn't
good
drop
comment.
from 12, 13, and 14. We just didn't. And that was when we won 2 points versus the Raiders and Chargers back-to-back games. So there's no real precedent to drop the Bills from that perspective, which again just leads back to, hey, if you think it's a Hurts injury should Friesman in place, then the Eagles should be one. If it's not, if the Hurts injury is a thing that matters, but we're still evaluating that game, and you want to drop them to 5 because I think those 4 teams, handled business, and specifically the Chiefs and Vikings did in tougher matchups to move up, then I think that's the way that you look at it. That's what it comes down to for me. They either got to be 1 or 5.
For me, yeah, I think that a couple of teams been on the same par with each other all throughout this season. So if one team takes a loss in whatever fashion or however they lost, which obviously context matters, which West added, Jordan Woods added, etc. I'm more going to lean with Jordan Woods' point on this last one because if they were up 27-14 in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the score, 27-14 in the fourth quarter. And I think Hurts went out obviously in the first half, and they were up 14-0. And guys were saying, well, if Hurts was there, they would have won the game. Well, also in that fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure most people felt like they were going to win that game anyway. 27-14, you're up with Kenny Pickett, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, etc., and your defense. And then you allow 20 plus points in one quarter. And I'm going to just go circle back and look at Hurts for that. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I think as of this season, Bills, Lions, and Eagles all been in the same ballpark together, and the Chiefs is obviously right behind that because on the field play, to me, those 3 teams look better than the Chiefs, with all due respect. And then the Bills also beat the Lions and Chiefs, literally. Like that stretch that Jordan Woods was referring to as well. How can we just ignore the head-to-head? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not dropping the Bills. I'm not dropping the Bills.
Since when did we ignore head-to-heads now? I don't get that. Like,
I think, like, so for me personally, like, I think Buffalo, because of those 2 wins and what they've done, right, would be 1. But I think it would be all right, Philly and Detroit, right? Detroit obviously took care of business. Obviously, we know what's going on with their defense and stuff like that. All right, like that hasn't gone away. Jalen Hurts obviously is coming. It's like, right. All right, so what am I doing with Philly and Detroit? Like, who do I think? Like, does that make sense?
Yes, I'm with you, bro. This is 2 scenarios in my opinion, bro. With all due respect, I think all 3 of these teams should still be ranked above the Chiefs. All 3 of these teams should still be ranked above the Chiefs. That's the Bills, the Lions, and Eagles. My opinion. You get to that 2 or your 3 spot. What do you want to do with the Lions and Eagles?
What's the argument? What's the argument for the Eagles staying above the Chiefs? If your premise is if your premise is because they lost, they are willing to drop behind the Bills and the Lions.
Yeah. So
what is your argument for that?
When I think of power ranking, sort of kind of what Jordan Wilson just said. I don't just go week by week. I think of the whole entire season. I think of recent play, and I think recently, and also this whole entire season, the Eagles been a better football team than you guys. I don't think that you can disagree with that. So I'm just not going to let one loss just go sit in my head and say, oh. Again, granted, my original point was the Bills, Lions, and Eagles all been on the same par to me, and all
is that based on them beating the Steelers?
Who, the Eagles?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Elaborate on that.
I'm saying what is that based on?
beat the Steelers, beat the Ravens,
Yeah.
beat the in
I'm
terms of
talking
the
We beat the
Eagles.
Ravens.
Man,
D-Mac, their season in general.
I'm gonna keep it.
No, but
man.
I'm asking the question. They obviously beat the Packers in close game week 1, and they beat the Steelers.
The Eagles look better than y'all this year, D-Mac.
Ravens.
I'm with D-Mac on
I mean,
this.
y'all beat
We
the
beat the Ravens too.
I know. They also beat the Rams.
No, but
Chiefs
the Ravens
the
one was
Chiefs have
for y'all was
beaten
week 1
seven.
though.
We have
The Chiefs have beaten
multiple
7
wins over
opponents.
playoff teams right now.
Yeah,
though.
they beaten 7.
We beat the
opponents that
Texans, we
have
beat the
over
Chargers, we beat
500
the
records.
Broncos.
Okay,
They
fair.
beat 7 opponents with above 500.
We have the most wins over playoff teams this entire year.
But let me.
So if you're gonna say your eye test is flat out for it,
7 opponents over 500.
I guess it's the Eagles being dominant.
Is that
right? I guess
trying to mimic me, bro?
I
it
said
would be
not
Granted,
that.
I was granted.
It would
Jordan Wilson. I'm sorry, I keep messing y'all up. Jordan Wilson spoke, and then I spoke. You don't have to agree with me or Jordan Wilson, bro. If anybody feel like the Chiefs should be 2, that perfectly fine with me too. At the end of the day, we're just talking. We didn't rank yet. We're just talking. That's all we're doing.
no. But I just wanted to ask, what was your argument for the Eagles over us? That's why I was asking.
All right, so for me, D-Mac, personally, I think they've been more complete on both sides of the ball. I thought now, granted, because I see what you're saying, D-Mac, you're kind of the either freeze them at 1 because the Hurts injury shouldn't change how you feel about them as a team, or drop them because of their performances. So you're kind of on the one hand or the other.
What performance?
He's talking about what happened yesterday. He's saying if you want to penalize them for yesterday and all 4 teams below them taking care of business, then do that. And obviously the Eagles Packers head to head, that's kind of where you would leave it at. But to me, I don't think a head to head in week 1 to me kind of matters anymore, though, to be honest with you. But I do think that the Eagles Lions it's really to be honest, to most people, the Eagles and Lions have been a tier above everybody else in terms of just in the performance, and that's why we ranked them in the tiers the way we did, by the way, a week and a half ago. The thing is,
yes, I agree. Yes,
it's just the Bills beat. It's just the Bills beat the Lions in Detroit, and you have to respect that, along with the Chiefs win. So that's kind of why
exactly.
So that's
and that's why I think that the Bills and Lions have legitimate arguments to be
1 and 2.
I think that the Bills have a legitimate argument to be 1. And my thing is this: if you're going to penalize the Eagles, then you have to penalize them fully. You have to give the other teams that behind them, they do credit for what they did too. You have to give the Vikings credit for going on the road and beating a good Seattle team. You have to go give the Chiefs credit for beating a playoff team in the Texans as well. You can't just say, those don't necessarily.
I think that's cool. I think that can be a cool way to look at it, but that's 40% of the criteria. And there's another 60 up there that you could view differently.
As far as what you're saying, the wins-loss performances?
Yeah, I'm talking about how you view that projection, how skewed you have that projection thing and that roster, and injuries are obvious, but the roster and the other category could make that calculus different for someone else other than you, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fair. My thing with these are 2 different arguments. My thing with the Eagles 1 or 5 thing is, if you think the Hurts injury is the thing that carries it, then when you look at the percentages, then I'm
taxing it. We just argue the defensive part of it. Not that their defense is some huge indictment on what I think their defense is going to be moving forward, but that happening, I'm putting a little more into that than maybe some other people are.
Yes, and so, but my thing is this: if you're looking then that we are going to penalize them, I don't necessarily see why they would be safe from not going behind the Chiefs and Vikings from that standpoint. I think the Vikings have performed great this year. I think they have a good defense. I think they have a good offense. I think that obviously we know the confidence that I have in the Chiefs. If you look at simply what we've done this year, the Eagles have had bigger margins versus worse teams, no doubt about it. Not going to take away from them. They also lost to the Falcons. They beat the Packers. They beat the Steelers. They also beat the Ravens. We've beaten playoff teams. We've had common opponents there. We obviously beat the Falcons as well. I don't see where the big difference is in those 2 performances from that standpoint, outside of dominating those bad teams more than we have. In which case, if that carries it for you, cool. It personally doesn't mean that much to me.
I don't think it was necessarily dominating the bat, because here's the thing: because when you looked at the recent play, right? And I said,
So what's 6? That's why I said, is it just beating the Steelers? Because is that what it is?
Hold on. They had the Steelers and Ravens back to back. Remember, because here's the thing: I think them playing the Ravens and y'all playing the Ravens, I don't look at that the same because y'all played them in week 1. Just like I don't really bring up that Packers game. It's cool, like it's a cool note to mention, but that game was week 1. So I don't really like.
You weren't even the same team, but that's a great
it doesn't matter.
That's so far away. So to me, it's like the Eagles were building. They were building, right? And they had won like 7 or 8 in a row, and it was like, all right, let's wait till the Eagles play somebody. Remember, the Eagles also beat the Commanders too. Like that was it. Within the midst of that win streak, the Commanders were on there too. They basically dominated that game, and then it was like, all right, they came into Baltimore. They didn't like destroy them or anything, but it was a game that they pretty much sealed, hand sealed in the fourth quarter. And then they went to Pittsburgh and dominated. So the Eagles were kind of building to me a resume where the Chiefs, like, granted, they were still winning, and obviously you had to give them credit for that. But to me, prior to Saturday, like they weren't looking very good as a team, even though they were winning. You get what I'm saying?
And even though they did beat a playoff team, 2 weeks
ago. No. I'm saying they were beating playoff teams.
I'm saying to me, you guys just think that the eye test is just significantly in the Eagles' favor. I personally don't see it that way.
To me, it felt
you think the Chiefs better than the Eagles for real. I could tell by how you talking.
I think
about how you talking. I think you.
This isn't. I'm trying not to take it from that standpoint. I'm trying to take it from a resume building standpoint. If you're saying, hey, what are the quad 1 wins to take it to college basketball? What are the quad 1 wins that the Eagles have this year? What are the quad 1 wins of the Chiefs? I don't think that there's a difference between the two of those things.
Okay, no, that's fair. I would just. Like I said, it would have just been more on the field. Like the Eagles.
Yeah, I pointed to the field.
The Chiefs have less losses than, like, bro. I don't know, bro. I agree that the Chiefs have not impressed me in terms of how they've looked, but they're winning games. And in a week where the Eagles lose, if you're going to penalize them, this is why I say don't, because the starting quarterback went down. I don't give a fuck about any other context in that game. They were going to win that game, had one stayed healthy. He went out. You lose your starting quarterback. I'm not penalizing a team for losing when they lose their starting quarterback. I don't care how the game went. That shit doesn't really matter to me. So you deal with that part of it. If you're not going to, if you don't agree with that, which is fine, cool, but then you have to move accordingly. And if we're going to drop them, you can't tell me that they have to stay above the Chiefs when the Chiefs have a better record. The Chiefs have beaten more teams above 500 this year, and I think they beat the same amount of playoff teams, if I'm not mistaken. You can't tell me that all of a sudden, hey, the Eagles they have a better resume this year, so they have to be able to. Nah, that's not how that goes.
That's
y'all ready to vote? Y'all ready to vote?
One more thing. The dropping thing, just for one thing you said, the dropping thing, we can agree or disagree on how far this is, but the not caring about how they perform when the quarterback goes down, I just fundamentally disagree with that based off of how we talk about this team and the fact that they were up 2 scores in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry.
Can I also just mention that this is a team that we have prophesized and have said that this is a number 1 defense in the National Football League. So I also just want to throw that out there, that even though, yes, Jalen Hurts did go down, the quarterback, that's a huge factor for them. But this is the number 1 defense in football. They gave up 36 points. That's unacceptable. That's the main part of their team. So outside of Saquon Barkley, I'm
not even as fixated on the 36. I'm fixated more on the 22.
Yeah, that's also a 22.
Here's the thing, right? I could
not really
kind
on the
of
quarterback
think about it in the standpoint of if your offense isn't moving the ball, right, and your defense is being consistently put on the field drive after drive after drive, right, and Washington, right, they do have an elite offense, right? So I could roll with the logic that, hey, if you give an elite offense enough chances, you're eventually something's got to give. Especially like no matter like what defense is, you put a defense on the field enough times, then
yeah,
it's
but
not going to be
the thing about that for me, that doesn't.
There's levels to that.
The thing
I agree with you. I agree with. Hold on, but 1 second. I agree with you to an extent on that from that standpoint, but it's not like the Eagles' offense was just doing nothing. Like they had 14 play drive. They weren't just doing nothing. They weren't able to get some points on the board and move the ball. So
They
It's not
scored
like they were
30.
leaving the
Bro,
game on
and fun fact, the Eagles had the ball longer than the Commanders in that period. So it's
Yeah,
like,
and I was gonna say they
In the
were
fourth
dominating
quarter?
the clock,
Okay.
and
yes, in
their
that
two
fourth quarter they
dropped
had the ball
away.
more. Yes,
They're a Devontae Smith drop away from finishing the game. They're a Saquon Barkley drop away from again finishing the game. So they had two
I
chances
see.
to ice the game in the fourth quarter. They couldn't do it on
Yeah,
offense.
I see if the
That's
Commanders.
not
I
Jalen
see if the
Hurts.
Commanders came back, took the lead, and killed the clock. No, the Eagles had to keep the ball for about 8 minutes in that period, bro. The Commanders only had
their
like 4 or
offense
5. Like,
their offense held up their end of the bargain. Their defense should have been able to end that game. I truly do believe that. Now
3
again,
scoring drives, average over
and
70 yards. I'm cool.
we can
that's
go ahead
cool,
and
bro.
vote. I just
Yeah,
wanted to ask Ed from
Yeah,
this
I
standpoint.
what
Where do you roughly think the Eagles and Chiefs are ranked in the league as far as their offense and defense? Because I think you both agree. Obviously, I think the Eagles. Well, actually, I'll let you just answer the question.
as far as the offense and defense,
Yeah, scoring wise.
nothing's in my face as far as numbers, stats, things of that nature. But I would say both are close. If I had to guess, I know the Eagles are number 2 in pass defense. Don't know where the rush defense is right now. I know ultimately the Chiefs been having a good rush defense the whole entire year. Don't know you guys pass defense are right now. And offensively, I think I would lean. I don't know what no numbers. I think I would lean Eagles offense regardless over you guys offense throughout this whole entire season. So it'll probably more of a separation on the offensive side than the defensive side for me.
So the Eagles are the 8th scoring offense, and we're 11th. And then the
Okay.
Eagles are the 5th scoring defense, and we're 3rd.
Right. So closer on defense and more of a separation on offense. Yeah. So that's what I would take it to. But not just scoring without yards per game. Like how are you guys what are the yards per game for both offenses? Rushing, passing. That I think yards per game also matters.
They have more yards. They have more yards. They're 6th and we're 13th.
Yeah, so it's more of a 1,000% sure. It's more of a separation on offense for me, and then defense is closer when it comes to you guys, 2 teams. Same ballpark, but I would lean their offense over you guys.
Again, they're 3 spots apart from each other on offense, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 on defense. In which the defense favors the Chiefs, the offense favors the Eagles.
I think I just said that. I literally just
said
that.
Bro, I added again because they're
Wes is saying that it's not that big of a margin, which I agree with.
This nigga's getting on my nerves this morning. There are people.
We didn't even talk all morning. What the fuck I do to you,
nigga? Again, there are people who are watching, people who are listening. So when I say 3 and 2 specifically after what you said, to add more, just even more context, and say like for other people, like it is what it is. It's not I literally just said that. You said it's more of a separation on offense as if it was a real thing.
Because I asked him the yards per game, brother. One was 6th and one was 13th. Did you hear that part?
I heard 8th and I heard 11th.
Okay, so you missed the yards per game one. That's
yards
why.
per game doesn't matter when you're scoring at a certain rate.
Yeah, that's cool. But I'm also thinking about who's accumulating or getting more yards through or moving the ball better on the offensive side. That's what I'm getting from that. Yards per game.
Moving the ball and not scoring doesn't mean much, brother. But okay.
Either way, the Eagles rank higher on offense. End of the day. And that's what I said. No numbers are in my face.
And all I said was face. I added how
you didn't add nothing that he didn't say though.
The 3, I put a number to it. That's it. The same way he put a number to it, I put a number to it.
You gave us exactly what he just said.
Yeah. So
the same way he put a number to it, I put a number to it.
After. So at the end of the day, no numbers are in my face. I said D-Mac, I expect the defense to be closer, and I expect the Eagles to be higher on offense. And that was that. I ended up right. Like, come on now.
I never
now what I will say is I am curious to how much the first month of the season for the Eagles defense does affect this, because they were, for all intents purposes, the first month of the season a pretty mediocre defense. We'll say mediocre defense, and then they were number 1 post the bye week coming into I think this week. So I mean, I bring up
DVOA because it does take into account. Hold on, I'll just answer Jordan. Oh wait, I'm just going to answer Jordan's question.
Go ahead.
Because it does take into account more recent performances.
Go ahead.
We are 8th on offensive DVOA. They are 12th, and then we are 12th in defensive DVOA, and they're 2nd. So they have a wide margin from that standpoint.
And D-Mac, would you bringing up the offensive ratings? Oh, I don't know what you just scoring offense you brought up. That does not take away from my main point. My main point was the Eagles look better than you guys. Period.
I know, but I'm just saying when you look at the facts of the situation, I don't think that necessarily.
What you mean the facts? So you think y'all look better than the Eagles this year?
Because the scoring, if you look at, I'm saying the
No,
facts of how you performed in these games. I don't think the margin for them having graded against bad or versus bad teams really carries that much weight in this discussion from my perspective. That's all.
he's saying the Eagles' ability to beat a bad team better than the Chiefs' ability to beat a bad team should not be the difference in their performance. He's saying,
But
generally
I'm
I
not
think
mad
I
at
think
your
they
eye
did a
test
little
motive.
better
I'm
against
not
the
mad
better
at that from
teams.
that standpoint. And I again, I think that we're better than the Eagles, but I understand where you're coming from. I was just putting a little bit of facts of context behind it. That's all.
I
That's
think that
all I
they've
want.
just performed better against the unless I'm missing his performance. I think they've just performed better against the better teams that relative to
it
the
feels
better
like
teams
they
that you
have, but
But which teams would that be? Is my question.
it would be the
The
Steelers and the
Ravens?
Ravens.
the Ravens
It would
for
be both the
sure. Yeah,
Steelers and the Ravens.
I guess because the Ravens had a garbage time touchdown to make that game close.
yeah. I think they
I remember.
perform like relative to
Yeah.
beating who beat the Ravens worse. I think easily them. Like
Yeah. So that's fair. And again, we haven't played the Steelers, so we'll see. And
yeah,
obviously, the
Steelers.
upcoming
We'll
opponent
see.
for us was all the
No,
way
we're
back
good,
in
bro.
week 2. So yeah, I think that there's an argument for that too. I just think that there's been a little bit of feeling of what that margin has looked like because of the
And then
bad
they beat the
teams, and
shit
that
out of the
hasn't
Bills.
mattered.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the Ravens for some reason.
But that's just me. Yes, Jay,
Yeah, it's
we
like
both did struggle. That is
The
correct.
Ravens did beat the shit out of the Bills earlier.
I mean, at the end of the day, we can rewrote from the top. I think we just had a lot of good conversation to add an extra topic context to the conversations as far as where teams should fall. And now we got to put it to the test. Now we got to see where these teams fall. Again, members, I do appreciate y'all. So if you want to type one, etc., one whoever, you are included with the stage. Members only. Members only. You are included with the stage. So me, I'm staying with my vote at Bills at 1. BJ, who you got at 1?
you know who you got at 1.
He ain't even been here this whole time. I'm passing. D-Mac,
Bro. You always assume I'm
okay,
never
who do you
here.
have? Who do you have at 1, bro?
Bro, you know who I have at 1.
We know
D-Mac,
who
who do
he
you
is.
got? D-Mac, who do you have at 1?
I think the Jalen Hurts injury ultimately carries it for me. I leave the Eagles at 1.
Wes, who you got at 1?
Philly.
Jade, I got you. Anish, you're not a member. No disrespect. Jordan, Anish, you want to vote? Come on the stage. Jordan Woods, who you got at 1?
The Bills.
And Jordan Wilson.
2 best wins of the I gotta go Buffalo.
Z Farm.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs, Z Farm, Jada, Bills. All right, Bills 1. Z Farm, I know you got the Chiefs at 2. Because you just had them right there. Let me pull up my notes list. Jordan Wilson or both Jordans, where y'all going now? Not at the Bills or 1.
The Lions.
Detroit, Philly. I'ma say Philly.
Me personally, I'm Philly, so I'm going to add my vote there with that. I'm gonna put Z Farms, Chiefs, and then I'm gonna go to Wes. Wes, are you Eagles? Wes and D-Mac, are y'all Eagles? Jade, I got you.
No, I'm Lions.
BJ.
Damn. I love you, Patty. I gotta go Detroit though.
I love you, Patty. It's crazy. I mean, yeah. If
Let that
y'all
man
if we're
wish he was the same.
penalizing them for losing, I think they have to continue to drop. So drop them all the way to 5. Lions here, Chiefs at 3 for me, Vikings at 4. So you don't have to come back to.
Wes has the Chiefs at 3. I have the Eagles at 3. I'm adding my vote to the Eagles with other people. If you voted the Lions at 2 as a member in the chat, let me know who y'all got at 3. The Lions are 2. The Lions went out. Jordan Woods, I know you said the Lions. I think who you going at 3?
The Eagles. Everybody made good arguments. I get the logic on both sides of if you got to drop them and all that. I disagree with that. I got them at 3.
I would agree.
All right. Did you say the Eagles at 2, Jordan Wilson?
Yeah, and I would put the Eagles here.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was a toss up between Detroit and Philly for me anyway. So, yeah.
Okay.
We still need to do these for the rest of the year. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Remember, I'm
This
giving
will be
y'all
the
about.
last one.
Remember, I'm giving y'all about 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. 10, 15 seconds to let me know what y'all got.
I mean, brother,
You
we
got
only
me for the
we
Chiefs
only
at
got
3,
we
right?
only got one more week to do them.
Nah, this will be
Hey,
the last one.
I
I ain't
think
gonna
you've
lie.
been the same. Did you say the Chiefs at 2, D-Mac?
I had the Lions at 2, but I just want to make sure you had me for the Chiefs.
Okay, so let me add you for the Chiefs.
The
right
Chiefs
now.
and Vikings can't do anything to move
Eagles again. I already got you, Jada.
what they are doing.
Patrick.
Everybody feels like the Eagles.
Well, I
and
had the
Bills
Eagles at
and
2.
Lions
Well, I had
are
the
better.
Eagles at 2.
Eagles should have
say
clutched
that
that
one.
game. They got no business ever losing.
Well,
to
I
the
mean,
freaking
I had the Eagles
Commanders.
at 2 to be fair, but
No.
I mean,
All right. Eagles got 6 votes. Chiefs. Well, I had 5. I'll add Anusha. She came up here. Chiefs at 5. Eagles got 3. I'm going Chiefs at 4. That'll make the Chiefs at 6 votes. Anybody else going to Chiefs that was said Eagles at 3? I'm sorry, I put that wrong. Jordan, I think y'all are on a bunch that say Eagles at 3. Or y'all going Chiefs at 4?
Yeah. I will say this though. I do think. How can I put this? I don't think Minnesota is like as far away as I thought before. I'll say that. I don't know that I'm saying that like they're in that 4 as far as like how I view these teams, but if they're 5, then they're 5 alone. If they're not in that 4, then they're like in their own tier at 5. They're not like back with the rest of the pack.
Woods, I completely agree with you, and I've been somebody that said
I have
that
no problem with that. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
I've been somebody that I said that I include the Packers in that quote unquote 5 for title contention, but I think the Vikings are a lot closer than I gave them initial credit for, or they've gotten closer as they've gone over the course of the season.
So so to be honest, I'm kind of the Vikings and Packers to me are closer than maybe because here's the thing, right? They both played Seattle, and for all intents purposes, the Packers essentially dominated that game to the point where Seattle didn't even really look, even before Geno got hurt. The Packers were thoroughly dominating that game on both sides with the running game and with their defense. And, you know, I'll say this. This week will tell me everything I need to know. This week, Minnesota, Green Bay, week 17, whatever. This will tell me, to me, the Vikings, whether the Vikings are closer to the teams at the top or whether the Packers, like whoever, like to me, that's the matchup that I'm watching out for. So,
I mean, unless we lose and then we play for the division in the last week of the season, then you got another.
Well, no. I was saying in terms of the perception of, to me, how I feel about those two.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if we lose? What if they lose and we lose?
Clinch the 1 seed?
You said what?
You said what?
If y'all win this week, do you guys clinch the 1 seed?
If they lose,
No.
if the Vikings lose, because the conference,
Vikings also lose. Okay, so
because all their losses will all be in conference.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I agree with you, Wilson. We'll see. Vikings Packers as far as that's concerned. It'll be interesting to watch.
I think the next 2 spots are Vikings and Packers. I think anybody agree with that. Personally, for me at 7, I'm going Ravens. Anybody got a different team or anybody like anybody?
Yeah, I agree with Ravens at 7.
Ravens, and then we get to 8. We're looking at the Broncos or the Steelers, obviously.
Both lost,
Broncos
right?
just lose.
That's a really strong top. That's a really strong, not the order, whatever, because we debate that.
That's
but
a really
just
strong
as far as
top 7.
quality teams, that's a really strong top 7.
I agree 1,000%. I'm not gonna lie, that really is.
That is
8. I'm going to go back to the vote. I think it's 2 teams right here. My bad, I hear that basketball in the back.
The Bucks. The Bucks.
So the Broncos lost. The Steelers lost. The Bucks lost.
The
Rams will beat the Jets.
The Rams. Oh yeah, the Rams. The Rams.
The Rams were, but
I'll be honest with you guys.
Nigga, the Rams are better than the Broncos. What the fuck?
They're cool. Yeah,
I'm not dropping the Steelers behind any of these other teams, so I'd have the Steelers at 8 personally. That's not.
I would agree. Yeah.
I agree.
I would agree.
Yeah, because the Rams didn't do enough.
Fraud and facts.
Rams didn't do enough in that game.
All right, I think we all agree Steelers right there. Power rankings wise, I think 3 teams come on my mind right here. Rams, Commanders, Broncos, and then Chargers. So 4 teams actually.
Commanders.
Where the Commanders
Rams or Chargers?
Commanders, they were last week. They were 13.
They were 12 or 13.
13. They're on a 4-game or 3-game winning streak.
The Chargers off the list,
and Rams are on a 4-game.
The Chargers. Wait.
Yeah, I'll probably go Rams then Commanders. But they both get credit.
Chargers with 15.
I'd go to Commanders because
I'm gonna ask y'all one by one, so I don't get fucked up. Jordan Woods, Rams. Jordan Wilson, Commanders. Z Farm, who?
Sorry, took forever to mute. Rams.
D-Mac.
I mean, it's freaking impossible. How far down were the Chargers last week?
15.
Fuck.
Yeah, because that defense was getting fucked up.
It was getting destroyed. I mean, shit. I guess the Rams. You know, Buccaneers really let me down, man. Buccaneers really let me down. They let me down.
I think the Rams thing is, I think the Rams have more ways to win than the Commanders.
True.
I don't think that Rams defense is anything special, but I think if it was a low scoring game, if it was like a 2017 game or 23, I have more. Me personally, I have more faith in.
But to be fair though, right, George, right on one side of the coin, right? Because you're talking about the Eagles' defense and what Washington did to them. Like you also like JD was big time in that fourth against that defense.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I think if you're comparing the two teams, and again, this is splitting hairs. I have more confidence in the Rams being able to match scores than I do the other side of the ball being able to match for Washington because at least the Rams can get pressures and get sacks and make plays in that way.
I think the Rams are more. I think the Rams have a more complete team, to be honest. Even though the defense is still bad, like I think
that pass defense is still bad, but they at least have a unit on defense they can get some output from.
Where were the Commanders last week?
13.
It's fair either way because that was a big win by Washington.
This is the tough thing is because you guys split the difference with the Eagles. If the Eagles loss mattered, then I feel like I'd put the Commanders at 9. I'd say, hey, you guys beat a good team on the road. You were able to take advantage of the defense, etc. But the fact that y'all split the difference, I can't say whether they mattered or not. I'll say
I'm fine with a back-to-back, to be honest.
Go Rams 9, I guess, because I think they're a better team. So I'll go Rams 9. That'll be a tiebreaker.
Yeah, because I only dropped Philly 2 spots, and I'm bumping the Commanders up 3.
Or 4, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So the next combo is going to come down to these teams. As I already can see how we're shaping up. How do y'all feel about the Commanders? I said Commanders, the Broncos and Texans.
I have the Chargers over both of them.
Oh, Chargers. Okay, my bad. Chargers over both.
I was about to say, yeah, I like.
Hold on. The Chargers beat the Broncos twice.
Yeah. I said they got the over.
Okay. So let me just BJ, who would you put at 11? I'm sorry. Let me just ask.
Chargers.
D-Mac, Chargers. Wes, who would you put at 11? Jordan Woods, who would you put at 11?
Chargers, Broncos. Yeah, give me the. Man, that's tough. Actually, I'll go to the Chargers. I'm going to put some respect in that Texans defense, though. It keeps them in games, even that should be ugly. But
1,000%.
I'll go with the Chargers.
Okay. Jordan Wilson, Z Farm.
Chargers, yeah, because that Tank Dell injury is really sucks, and that's.
I mean, they got Deontay.
they don't need. They've been this long without Tank Dell. Tell them.
What are you talking about? He just got hurt. What are you talking about?
Bro, Chargers the ball for me.
All right.
Chargers, yeah.
I haven't even know Tank Dell was out there. Yeah, I ain't know Tank Dell was out there.
Okay, all right.
He was having a good game.
He had 100 yards
until that game. That's what I'm saying. Before that.
All right. Next, we got the Texans and the Broncos. Texans and Broncos. Texans just lost to the Chiefs. Broncos just lost to the who?
I'll take the Chiefs. I put the Texans here.
Oh, you said the Chiefs might gotta lose to them.
Yeah, nah, niggas are tripping.
He
No
said
argument for the Texans right here.
Wait, the Texans right here?
It's gotta be us.
Yeah, no, I'm not going.
Unless we gonna favor them winning their division, which it is what it is. But
Quick,
not,
who do you guys think has a better defense between Texans and Broncos?
Man, I'm going. I gotta go back and see who the Texans have faced. But
I don't know. That's a
for to be as mid as they've been offensively, and
we
still
both have good defenses. Our offense is better than theirs. I'm sorry, bro. Like,
what did the Broncos do this past week?
Lost to the
we
Chargers.
lost to the Chargers.
The Chargers. Okay.
I don't think I said that wasn't a particularly bad performance. I mean, granted, you're up 2 scores. You should probably.
Yeah, I'll probably go Broncos here.
Yeah.
I'll go Broncos here.
Big game against Cincinnati coming up.
Are we voting or?
I mean, we got 3 Broncos, 1 Texans, and the Texans, they give up less yards per game, but they've given up
more points,
9 more touchdowns than us. I don't know how many more points, but touchdowns they've given up 9 more than we have.
Crazy to trust CJ Stroud let offense less than Bo Nix. God damn. But it's the truth.
Who said that?
Yeah, I'd personally say Texans, but I mean, we're voting, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
They have a better pass defense. We have a better rush defense.
Yeah, because you're splitting here because they're both 9 and 6.
And we have a better scoring defense.
Who have
I don't know about pass rush.
Have either team?
You said pass rush. I said they have a better pass defense. We have a better rush defense.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have a better.
We stopped the run better, Z-Farm. What are you talking about?
I think he's looking at the facts of it. He's not saying like anecdotally or whatever.
I'm trying to see who did Denver
this is kind of silly.
Sure.
They beat all right, so prior to the loss, their 4-game winning streak was the Falcons, Vegas, Browns, and Colts. And then what did the Texans do lately?
Clinch the division. Control,
Be less
similar shit, to be honest. I don't know off the top of my head, but
I don't care about clinching a division with the Titans, Colts, and Jaguars in it personally.
And our red zone defense is much better.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's see. So in their last 4 games prior to yesterday, they beat the Dolphins, beat the Jaguars, lost to Tennessee, beat Dallas. Put Denver here because if nothing else, that Tank Dell injury, losing another key weapon to me is probably.
Seeing the Texans clear the Broncos is so silly slow.
Broncos.
Oh, hey, Sly, you're still alive.
Who said?
It sounds like the Broncos won on
me.
I just said Texans, but it sounds like it's Broncos.
Me and both Jordan said Broncos. D-Mac said Texans. We're waiting on everyone else to vote.
Z-Farm, what's your vote?
Man, I got the Texans.
Okay.
I'm personally going to side Texans. BJ, Anush, and then anybody that's a member in the chat that want to vote as well, please. BJ, Anush.
I don't know. Texans. I got Texans.
Interesting.
Anybody that's a member in the chat want to vote? Broncos, okay.
D-Mac, what's your case for the Texans?
Anybody that's a member in the chat?
I think you're talking about 2 really good defenses. I think I trust the Texans offense more. And that is not based on what's happened this year because the Broncos offense has been better, but I do trust the Texans offense more.
Even so, and then the Tank Dell injury.
I know, Wes. I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm hating. I'm sorry.
Because my thing is like I would have honestly agreed with that prior to last week. Even if the Broncos offense had been better, I'd have been like, all right, they got enough good weapons on the outside. CJ's kind of done a little more, so like that'd have been fair. But then it's like you're number 2, now you're number 3. Well, I guess your second best receiver now is now gone. So now it's Nico Collins, and then who's their number 2 after that? Robert Woods or Like I don't even know who their wide receiver 2 is.
I
Right
think
now.
it, I think it
Robert
was
Woods
Robert
or
Woods.
Deontay
Robert
Johnson.
Woods. Yeah.
Shout out my
Boy.
boy Robert Woods, man.
Well, it's actually Deontay
Look,
Johnson.
Mixon's, but I don't know. I mean, Denver was playing some good ball, but I get it. Okay.
Though whoever
So
loses will be.
It sounds like
whoever
the
loses
Texans got the spot, but I'm
Nah,
still
the
waiting
chat,
on.
the subscribers now.
No, the members are going Broncos right here.
Oh, member. Oh, okay.
No, your vote don't
So,
count no more.
members are going. Yeah, that's actually a really good point, Jada. I think Deontay Johnson now would be wide receiver, probably 3 behind Woods.
Oh,
Think about
Nico Woods and Deontay.
Whoever loses will be 13. Whoever loses the poll will be 13.
okay.
It was a tie.
Oh,
I was going to let that rock out like that.
well, Bronco. No, vote doesn't count. Okay.
Whoever loses will be 13. I'll let that poll rock for like a minute, y'all. I'll let that poll rock for like a minute. Whoever loses will be 13. And then we'll just go to 14 and 15. Thank y'all for everybody that's participating so far. Immediately following this, we're going to dive into the NBA games from last night. And then again, like I said, I hope everybody is having a great Christmas Eve. Hope everybody has a great Christmas with their family. Eat well, laugh, joke around, giggle, etc. Make sure y'all vote on that poll in the chat real quick, please. Vote on that poll in the chat real quick. Whoever loses the poll will be 13. If you are in here, don't forget to like the video. Also, if you are in here, you are not a member. Make sure you all become a member of the Fact Stats community on the YouTube side of things as well. The link to becoming a member is in the description. And I'm just also trying to better the platform with different perks and different things that you guys can utilize while you are members as well. So keep that in mind. Again, if you are in here, please vote on that poll in the chat. And I'm about to end this poll in about 15 seconds. 15, 14, 13, 11. Dang, the Bucks and Seahawks lost.
I'm thinking. Well, I think the Bucks should be 14. I'm looking at the playoff picture because I'm. Because for me,
won this week.
Playoff.
Falcons won this week.
Because to me, Falcons won too. Okay, so Falcons or I think Falcons and Bucks.
And I'm telling you, bruh, it's gonna happen this week too. Watch what happen. Minnesota about to do Green Bay dirty. I'm telling you, niggas, bruh.
All right, 14.
I do have a lot of confidence in the Packers. I think the Falcons kind of have to be 14.
They do,
man.
So who's coming off? Seahawks or Bucks? If you saying the Falcons are 14.
Hey, Seahawks. Bro, hell fucking nah.
Who's leading the division right now?
It's a tie. I mean, that's why I'm confused.
I mean, the Falcons have
it's them, bro. Atlanta, bro. It's them
Atlanta. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's probably Atlanta.
Falcons at the tiebreaker.
Probably Atlanta, bro.
I'm going to say the
team. Call today.
Does anybody wait? Can I say this? Does anybody? Because I think we can finish up here with the Falcons and Bucks if you guys want to. But does anybody want to throw the Dolphins, Bengals, Colts in there?
No.
Because I don't. No. But I'm just.
You know what? Them boys red hot. Cincinnati.
No. Scroll up real quick.
Jada, that's a very good point. Seattle did lose to a good team.
Fuck no. Absolutely no.
So here's the way I look at it now, D-Mac, which this may be fair or unfair, but now I'm looking at playoff likelihood. And to me, now I'm looking at, all right, I'm pulling up the stands. I'm like, all right, which team kind of is in much better shape in terms of making the playoffs? The Seahawks kind of need help, and they need multiple Rams losses. Or actually, no, they need to obviously beat the Rams, but they need the Rams to lose this week because the Rams win this week, then they clinch the division. Or the Seahawks need the Commanders to lose a couple games. Whereas the Bucks, all they need the Falcons to lose to the Commanders, or they need the Commanders to lose to the Falcons and lose again. So
Seattle was where last week?
They were like 14?
13
maybe? 14?
14.
Like I get it. Technically, Seattle has a better offense. Like I get it. Technically, Seattle has a better offense.
Is that enough to keep them on the list?
Seattle or Tampa?
Wait, so are we all agreeing that the Falcons should be 14 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seattle or Tampa?
Evan, you can put the Falcons
Yeah.
at 14.
Falcons at 14.
What are Seattle? What are their bad
But yeah,
losses?
me
this
personally, I'm
year?
going Tampa because they're
Wait,
Seattle to
was
the
it with the win
Giants.
on the
They
list
lost to the
last year?
Giants.
Oh yeah, fuck no.
They lost
Fuck.
to the Giants too. Oh, you can't even use that for the
Oh, they both.
Bucks.
Oh my
They both
god.
lost to the Giants.
But I'll be right back, y'all.
Oh no, but
Yeah,
the
one
Wait,
Bucks lost to the
who
no
who got
Tampa.
the
Didn't.
between?
No, Tampa didn't lose to the
Tampa
Giants.
lost to the Cowboys. My bad. I
Oh,
got
okay.
that
I
wrong.
was about to say. Jesus.
I was thinking about bad NFC
Yeah, because I'm
teams, but the
saying
Giants are
the Cowboys
significantly
is
worse than the Cowboys.
I mean, it was already baked in though.
There's playoff
I'm
likelihood.
probably
though,
going
not matters. We
Seattle
all know.
here. I'm probably going Seattle here. Bucks were 10
You know what?
last week. Oh
I
man, that's
promised
tough.
myself I would never vote for Seattle back on the power
That's
rankings.
So
I'm
tough.
going to vote for the Buccaneers.
the pick right here is between Seattle and Bucks.
That's a
I mean,
big drop for the.
the Bucks though. I mean, they were
I'll go with
10.
the
going
Bucks. No,
Bucks.
fuck it. I'm going Bucks. Yeah,
I'm going Bucks.
Me too.
The Bucks just lost to Dallas.
The Cowboys. Yeah. Cooper Rush, baby.
Hey, the Cowboys been
Five.
cooking lately.
They're dropping 5 spots. It's a tax.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, hey, the Cowboys been cooking lately, low key though. I mean,
Yes,
For
sir.
no
Shout out my
reason.
boy Cooper Rush, man. Better than Bryce Young, man.
I mean, they're 4-1 in their last 5 games, and that one loss was of a special teams blunder against Cincinnati.
What's Cooper Rush's record as a Cowboy starter? Ain't that shit John like crazy?
It's actually
like-
probably good, honestly.
It's like 4-8, something perfect like that.
I think it's more than that.
He
But
is.
Look, we're like, what coincidence? He's
Oh my
4-8,
God,
right?
he's 9
But
and
Drake,
4.
He's 4-8, but Drake made championship
That's
4
what I'm saying,
games.
D-Night. That shit is,
Niggas want me to believe if Drake
But that's
made
what I'm saying,
championship, give me 4 wins. Okay.
because
Why is he 9 and 4 as the Cowboys starter? What is going on?
He's 9 and 4. Drake May can't win 4 games.
Because they run the offense like they should when Dak is in there. Because more they restrain the offense like they should when Dak is in there.
Because remember when Dak got hurt a couple years ago, and then they won like a 4 or 5 game winning streak with Cooper Rush, and then the 4 games they won this year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Like, I know he has a good record with them as a starter.
Bro, that's wild. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Bucks at 15, man. I said I'd never vote for Seattle again on the power rankings. I'm keeping that promise.
Yeah, the Bucks, like, bro, 50% of the Giants win this season came against Seattle. Like, that's tough.
Who was the other team they beat?
Who won out?
The Bucks.
It's looking
The
like
consensus is the Bucks.
Bucks. Okay.
Who else did the Giants beat? That's a good question. They were like 2-3 at one point, I remember.
Hey, so just a quick question though. So how was that decided? Or
How
was
did
it
what?
a vote thing?
Everything was a vote thing. Well, you said
How
how
did
does
the
what?
Eagles get decided to be at 3?
They were voted. It was a vote. Like, we just went one by one.
I said, how did the Eagles decide? How did the Eagles end up at
Long
3?
discussion, bro.
It
was a vote.
Talking about either 1 or 5 type shit.
Oh no!
Everybody agreed with that.
Yeah, it was just
Y'all just figured it out.
That was simply me laying out my logic on how I would look at it personally.
I
I
agree with you.
Yeah, we just, which I think splitting the difference is fine, but
I think it's
so y'all said Bucks. Y'all said Bucks went out at 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me save this. I do want to, and again, it doesn't matter. We do our own thing, and I appreciate everybody that's up here. Wes called the stage analyst yesterday. I think that was a good word to use. So I appreciate every analyst that's up here right now. So I don't care about. Let me not say it like that. ESPN list ain't our list. So I do want to see how our list differs from ESPN. So we got Bills, Lions, and Eagles, Chiefs, and Vikings as the top 5, Packers and Ravens as the top 7. Let me see what they did. Because they always drop theirs the same day as well. Bear with me. And I'm gonna go all the way to their top 15, actually. And then we'll stop and move to the NBA. I guess appreciate everybody that's in here, y'all. Good afternoon. If you gotta do any late Christmas shopping, make sure you all do that. Hope you all have a great night, great family time. Probably make a couple of rounds real quick. I'll make a couple of rounds, ain't nothing.
Where did I go?
They had the
Small.
Chiefs at 1.
Yeah, told
They
you
got
right
Chiefs
there.
at,
There you go.
Chiefs at 1, Lions at 2, Eagles at 3. So we had the Eagles, I think, in the top 3 still. We had the Lions top 2 still. They just moved the Chiefs to 1, which I think is fair. If anybody would came with
the
that
Eagles
argument,
at 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anybody came, that's why when if y'all notice when Z Farm said Chiefs at 1, I didn't even say nothing because I didn't have no response. If anybody came with that argument, I would have been like, okay, cool, because that would have made things way more simpler if you want to put the Chiefs ahead of whoever you want to put them ahead of. But yeah, they get Chiefs at 1, Lions at 2, Eagles at 3. Who they got? Bills at 4. Big difference from us. We had the Bills at 1. But they did the Vikings at 5. So same there. They moved the Ravens ahead of the Packers. The Ravens are at 6. Packers are at 7.
Which theirs was interesting because after.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
All right, so Packers, Steelers at 8. I think that's the same for us. Commanders at 9. I think we did. What did we do? We did Commanders 10.
What was their reasoning for Chiefs at 1? Can you put it at real quick?
Yeah, when I finished the top, when I
They
finished the
didn't
top
have
15.
a reasoning. They just
Dude, first of all, bro, you know them niggas are 13-1.
14,
right?
14-1.
14-1.
Yeah,
Like,
that
they put the Bengals at 15.
Oh, I thought these little pancakes.
I said Bengals at 15. Everybody laughed at me.
They put the Bengals at 15, but they got the Falcons at 14 too. They dropped the Broncos just like how we did. We moved the Broncos to 12. They got them at 13. They did the Rams at 12. We did the Rams at 9. And then they had the Chargers and the Texans in the same ballpark as us as well. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't too far off, but obviously the biggest difference is the Chiefs and the Bills, 1-4. They swapped the Ravens and Packers.
What was interesting to me though?
Go ahead, you good.
Yeah, so what was interesting to me is because like I'm kind of looking at last week's ranking where it kind of tells you, and they had the Lions over the Bills even after that game in Detroit, which was kind of interesting to me.
Crazy.
So they had the Bills at 4, and it looks like they had the Lions at 3 last week. So
Bills couldn't do shit to.
because it felt like Buffalo was in control of that game for most of it.
They were.
That was kind of interesting to me. But hey, they're looking at the whole season body of work, and they're maybe thinking that week was just 1 week. So I don't know. I mean, okay.
Man, shout out to ESPN, man. My God. Ooh, that's a great list because ain't no way Lamar Jackson is below fucking Sam Darnold and Jordan Love. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Now we are below Sam Darnold.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and do you know if y'all play them? If y'all play them, y'all promise y'all won't walk.
You would not bet. You would not bet on that, bro.
You're not gonna walk through. I don't know why y'all be thinking these teams so juiced, bro.
Oh, you said walk through. I don't think walk through. I'm with Jordan. I think that 7 that we have is really.
They not the Steelers, bro.
You're right.
I think
they got offensive pieces.
Yeah, the like I said,
the worst.
The Vikings thing, like it's a quarterback, right? Which for a lot of people,
BJ, when I see Stephon Gilmore on Zay Flowers, I'm looking at my fucking chops, bro. I ain't going. Oh shit!
You realize your defense? I mean, Addison and Jefferson on the other. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Now I do want to say
you were struggling to beat the Bengals, dude.
I did have was it 112?
Both games.
Hold on, my bad. To our power rankings though, Z-Farm, I know you came in on you were here. To our power rankings, did anybody have any issues besides what we already were discussing? Or are we good to move forward? Which I want to probably say we're good to move forward.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. I do want to say one thing real quick. Oh, dang, tomorrow's Christmas. We're supposed to do that activity. We're supposed to do that little thing with the players going to certain. That probably have to be Thursday. Maybe 23. So yeah, as y'all can see on the thumbnail, I had Jordan Love and Cade in it together. I had full plans to do the NBA talks on YouTube. I think I'm trying to see what's causing some issues. Because I noticed sometimes when I switch from YouTube to playback, my energy don't be the same, or they'll just be talking about some bull crap and it'll mess up my whole vibe, and I'll just be like, F it. So today I was going to do the whole NBA talks right here too. But to be fully honest with you guys, I did not eat breakfast today. I did not eat breakfast yet because I was making them thumbnails, I was getting the clips, and I was doing all that extra shit this morning. So I am going to shift to playback because it allows me to maneuver around while still hosting and talking. So With that being said, I am going to move the NBA talk to playback. That's playback.tv/facts and stats, where we're going to talk about all the games from last night, and I can put the schedule up while I'm in the kitchen making some breakfast real quick. Well, not even breakfast, damn near brunch. Playback.tv/facts and stats. Playback.tv/facts and stats. I'm about to move the show right there. I'm still going to be hosting. I'm still going to be here. I just got to get some food in my system, and I can't do that while I'm hosting on YouTube. Playback.tv/facts and stats. Thank y'all for the support on the YouTube side of things today. See y'all in playback. We probably got like an hour left of the show, if I had to guess. Hour and a half. And then anybody can be able to make some moving around or whatever the case may be. So again, playback.tv/facts and stats, guys. That room is now live. I will see y'all in playback. Thank y'all for all the support. And if you want to talk about the NBA, meet me there. It's live right now.